Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Was that all right,
Good to
man?
see you, my
Good to
man.
see you as well. Thanks for
What's
having me
happening?
back. Very, very good.
It's very funny. You brought a box of your stuff, and one of them immediately started going off like
Yeah.
it's an alarm. What
And
is
that's
that?
hell,
It was
isn't
a
it?
FedEx box?
Yeah, it's that commercial that runs for late night Viagra Cialis, and it says, "Hey, we'll send you your Cialis and Viagra in unmarked white envelopes." And I would say, "Fuck that! I want just the opposite. I want my neighbors to know I'm getting laid. I want my neighbors to know I have a hard dick. So it's got sirens and whistles. My dick's hard. My dick is So and that's it's engineering.
We were
that
just
took a lot of
talking about
engineering.
you the other night at the comedy club. We were like, he owns props. Like, you can't do props now. When I was a kid, when I first started doing stand-up, and I'm sure you too, there were prop comics.
Sure.
There was a bunch of guys.
Yeah, the Wid.
The Wid. Yeah, there was quite a few guys that were really good. They were prop comic. But you became so successful as a prop comic, you kind of stole the market.
Oh. Yeah,
There's no young comics coming up.
Nobody wants to be a Carrot Tom, I think.
I think
that's
it.
what it is. Like, shit I still get. So
Well,
I think
you got
people
shit
look
for a
and
long
yeah,
time.
for a
I
while.
don't think you get shit anymore.
No, not as much. No, but you still get the aftermath of it. Like just on the plane today, somebody like, I don't care what. No, what are you doing? I said, I'm doing Rogan. They said, oh man, I don't care what everybody else says. You're funny. I'm like, well, who's everybody?
What the fuck
Who's
kind of
everybody else?
compliment is that?
Yeah, well, they get that. I get that a lot.
The
All the people
backhanded,
that
shitty compliments.
Hey, I personally think you're funny. That kind of stuff. So.
Oh yeah. I'm one of the rare.
Yeah.
I'm one of the rare ones who thinks you're good.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't. I had to beg my mom to come. She did not want to come. Okay.
Yeah, it's such a weird
We get a lot
thing.
of that, right?
Well, we talked about that the last time. Like, I think you took way too much shit from comedians, and I never understood it. The weird thing that comedians do, where they hate on other comedians, like, good Lord, we live in a world that is filled with war and famine and disease and pollution and garbage and chaos and corruption. And you want to concentrate on a prop comic? Is that really what the problem is in this world?
Right. Isn't that true?
Yeah, and it's almost always
I
comics that
think
are
we
doing better than you.
Yes. I think we tried breaking it down last time as to why. And I think it was only because I did get successful. And it wasn't quick, but it was quicker than maybe most. And because I hit the scene right at the right time. I had the act that was,
It was a good
It was
act.
perfect for television, right? Because it's visuals. And I got a little success, and I think people were like, why they would ask Jay, why do you have Carrot Top on like every month? And Jay was like, he brings the gun. He did good job. He did something. But I do remember the comedy, the evening at the Improv, and I played mostly that, and the other one, the Cheesecake Factory, where it was, and then the Comedy Store was more. Bitsy loved me, but I never really played there a lot. So Bud loved me. One night I came in. I said, I had my back.
Bud
box,
Friedman from the
Bud
Improv?
Friedman, Improv. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I had my box of stuff, and he always loved me. He says, "Oh man, there's no spots tonight," and I said, well, I drug it all the way, fuck. And he's like, let me. I'll see if I can get you in somewhere. So. The Tonight Show bookers were there that night. They were the Jim McCawley and these people were there to watch comics and pick them for the Tonight Show. So he's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to slide you in. They're going to love you. So I go up and I had the best set I've ever had. It was just a magical night, and I don't know if I knew they were there. Every comic was coming over going, Jesus, dude, fuck. Leveled it, right? And Jim McCawley walks up and he says, that was amazing. And I said, oh, thanks. I said, you booked the Tonight Show. You think that maybe I could get on? And he said, not a chance in hell. And I was like, I had just killed. I go, why? He says, you're Johnny would never book you. And I said, why? I said, you booked the show, right? He goes, he would never allow it. I said, why?
Johnny Carson.
Yeah. I said, why? He says, he hates variety.
What a weird thing
And I
to
stopped in the middle of and I'm like, the whole fucking Tonight Show's variety.
Yeah.
Karnak, throwing the hatchets, every fucking thing they do.
Right.
Ed McMahon's a fucking prop, right? The whole thing is
they bring
variety.
on animals.
Animals. You think I'm kidding, right? So I'm like, well, okay. And then finally, I'm talking like 2 weeks after Johnny left, I was on. with Jay, and it was just like literally. But the weird part about it was it still was the same studio. You know, they had the blue, the gold stars. So you're standing right where Johnny was, and the same like Ed DeCordova was still in the booth, and everyone was still like there.
Yeah.
So you felt like it was the Tonight Show, but how weird is that? Like, no, don't like variety. And then I would get, singled out because I would do Leno so many times. I'd ask if I could do Letterman. They said, no, you're Team Leno. I'm like,
oh,
I'm not. It's like that Twilight movie. I'm not Team fucking whatever. There's two teams.
Thank God that doesn't exist in podcasts. That disgusting fucking thing where if you were on one person's side, you're the enemy. Ugh.
Yeah.
Team Leno. How stupid is that? It's so
That's
stupid.
what I was, I guess.
Well, it was such famine thinking back then because there was only a certain amount of
now it's not a wig.
shows
See, it's on there.
Well, I never thought it was a
no,
wig.
People have is that thing on straight?
Isn't it weird that like women can wear wigs, no problem at all? A man wears a wig, it's pretty pathetic.
You're a loser. Absolutely.
Yeah, a man with a hairpiece.
Nice hairpiece.
Yeah.
Or implants. You know, when I lived in L.A., this is true. I lived in L.A. I'd go to Gold's Gym. And my hair was even more out of control. I had big ass hair.
Yeah, you had a giant fro
big
at one
fucking
point
arms, and these ladies were behind me, and they're like, "Oh my God, look at that woman's arms!" Right? Seriously, yeah, makeup and the whole 9 yards, and they were just amazed. And they came over, they said, "How do you get your arms that big?" And I turned around, I said, I don't know, arm workout. And she's like, oh, and I could see their face turn, like, oh, it's a dude. But I was kind of, pretty then. It's like, younger, a lot of hair, makeup, so. And then that same gym one day, I'm working out, and this guy says, "Nice arms." And I said, "Thanks." He's like, "Who did the work, right?" And I thought he's making. I said, "I didn't. I put in the fucking work. Like who works out for me?" He's like, "No. I mean, implants, right?" I'm like, only in L.A. would you have someone at the gym walk up and say, "Oh yeah, implants? Yeah, I have implants." You fucking go to the gym and you do
at the gym
and you do
lifting
curls.
out, assuming that someone has implants is pretty wild.
But I don't have that big of. I mean, this guy thought
that's how gross L.A. is.
Yeah, it's
that's like the default assumption is that everything's fake.
No matter what.
Where'd you get your butt? Who did your butt?
Who did your butt?
Where'd you get your nose done? Yeah, it's always something.
Everything. No, it's true.
No one wants to believe.
Who does your plugs?
Yeah, no one wants to believe that you're natural.
That's another thing I got too. Weird. I just had a guy today at the airport. He said, "Hey, you still working out?" And I'm like, "You're supposed to say, I see you're still working out, right? You don't ask him if you're still working out. That means you don't look like you work out."
Well, I think he's probably just trying to start a conversation with you.
Yeah, and I did. I said, "You mean I see you're still?" And he goes, "Yeah. What did I say?" I said, "You said, do you still work out?"
Yeah. And what's the answer to that? You just say yes.
I say no. I'm.
Done?
Yeah. No, I said I'm not feeling well. Yeah.
I'm dying.
I'm dying. Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear? Like, well.
Yeah. It's radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
Something happened. One of my toys.
They always say you lift light.
Props.
I hate that too. I'm in the gym and like, you always lift light.
What does that mean?
I don't. I guess it means I don't lift. When I do weights, I don't do heavy weights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have spotters. I just do cables and do some dumbbells. But people always say that. You always work light. I'm like, fuck.
People are silly.
I'm heavy for me.
People are silly. There's a lot of people that just don't know what to say. They meet someone famous like you, and they don't know what to say. They just get weird.
They do.
And then afterwards, they probably leave and go, "Why the fuck did I say that? Jesus Christ, I feel so stupid." Mm-hmm. I've done that before. Meet famous people, act like an idiot, and you're like, "What? Shit." So I try to give people a little grace.
I know. Yeah. I'm so true. True of that. If I see celebrity, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna.
Hey, panic.
I'm gonna fuck it up. Really, right?
Do you get a lot of people coming to your shows that are famous? You must.
Yeah. We have We
You've been
had
at
a guy last
Luxor.
night. We had a guy here. Chris Jericho was at the show last night. He was. He said hi to you. He's
The wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Real nice guy.
You've been at the Luxor for how long now?
19, coming up on 20.
That's crazy.
Yeah, November.
You
20.
you probably have the longest residency of anybody in Vegas, other than
I
like
think
Penn
they
and
were
Teller,
just talking,
but
but they don't count because one only talks.
Ah,
So
they've been there forever.
they've been there forever. Yeah.
I remember I saw them there in 94. 94? 98. 98. I saw them there in 98.
Yeah.
They're
they're still.
at the Rio, back when the Rio was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Right.
Now it's like you got to wear a
Yeah.
bulletproof
Little
vest to
shithole.
walk
They should
through.
just light it up, shithole. You know?
It's a weird place. It's weird how some of those places just fall off. they just get tired and then no one wants to go there anymore. But then if they last long enough, then they become like circus where they're fun.
Right.
It's fun to go there.
No, it is. And in Luxor, they just did a whole big revamp on it and nice. It's a beautiful hotel. Every time I walk in, it's spectacular to see the how they made that.
Well, I'm obsessed by Egypt. So for me, it's like I wish the Luxor was the best hotel. I'd stay there every time because it's it's a fucking giant pyramid. We actually did a Fear
it is
Factor
the best
stunt.
hotel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
For you, we did a Fear Factor stunt where people had to slide down the Luxor once.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they had to
crazy.
grab flags on the way down. They had to slide down.
All right, see, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, pretty ridiculous. Back in the day.
That is crazy.
Yeah, 20 fucking years, man. That's a long ass time to be doing a residency. So before that, you were doing colleges and you were touring, and do you miss any of that? You do a little touring every now.
We do a little touring now and then, but it's only when I get the off time. So if I get a week off, like I'm here, I could be home in my boat, but I'm here.
Right.
I do road shows, but you can't you got to take a break here and there because you can't kill yourself. But I like the touring. I like the bus. You feel like a rock star, You pull up on a bus and you got the big venue and there's a sound check and there's people and meet and greet. We have that at the Luxor, but not like, people hanging out by the bus, I get people like, hey, you fucked my mom. I'm like, great.
Remember?
I know you're getting old.
84?
You remember that? I used to remember you fucked me. Now, hey, you fucked my mom. Pretty soon it'll be, you blew my grandpa. It'll be something.
When
Wait, his grandpa blew me. Your grandpa blew me. Let's get this straight.
Your grandpa's a liar.
Yeah.
First of
all, your grandpa's a liar.
He's dead. I'm sorry. On his deathbed. Carrot Top blew me one.
Thank God he's dead. He can't tell anybody.
The one thing that's good about not touring, though, because I mostly just work my club now, is I never feel tired. I like the traveling tiredness is horrible.
Yep.
You realize how bad it is to be flying all the time.
That is one great advantage of having the show every night at the Luxor because I leave my house.
Yeah,
and
sleep in your own bed.
Oh, yeah. I'm home by 10:30, 11 and latest.
That is a huge plus.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge plus.
Yeah, because the road it can tear you up. But then, like I said, there's the ups and there's pluses and minuses of it. It's fun. You're in a rock. You're a rock band.
There's pluses and minuses, but for me, this is the first time in my life where I haven't toured.
Yeah.
Like the last 3-4 years.
Man, it's nice.
Well, I guess 3 years ago I was touring still. Like 2 years. The last 2 years, since the club opened, I just stopped. And it's been amazing. I love it.
Perfect.
All my friends are doing arenas. They send me pictures.
Yeah,
I'm like, have fun. I don't want to do it.
I know.
I fucking want to get out there. I probably will once I make a new hour. Because right now I'm at like 40-something minutes. Once I get a full new hour, I'll probably do some tour dates just for the fuck of it. But being at home has giant advantages. It's you don't realize like how much you're destroying your body until you stop doing it.
Oh, yeah. Having the show is nice for that reason too. I mean, you have a normal day. I had a dog for a bit. You can take a dog and go to work and come home. And you're watching Sports Center at 10:30 and bed by 11.
Do you feel weird living in Vegas? Vegas is an odd place. It's like you have to find.
Well, I live in the in the Summerlin area where it's like
very
normal.
Nice.
Yeah,
very
so
suburban.
it's a normal suburban.
But then you go to work inside the Devil's Balls.
Then I go inside the Devil's Balls. Is a good way to put it. And and then I leave down the shaft back to Summerlin.
It spits right out the tip.
You add the tip into Summerlin. Whew, we're home. That was hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it funny. There's a college there, and a big college. UNLV. I find that funny because you imagine asking your parents like, "Hey, I want to go to college," and like, "Oh, right on. Where are you going to go? Michigan, Iowa?" You're like, I'm thinking about Vegas.
It's good college.
No, you're fucking not going to Vegas for college.
My buddy Sam Tripoli went there.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good college. I'm just saying,
it is weird
for the joke purposes.
Well, it seems like Vegas has become more of a community now, right? They have the Raiders now. Aren't they getting a major
Golden
league?
Knights?
Yeah.
And
the Golden Knights? What are they?
The hockey.
Hockey, right? That's right. They got a hockey team now.
And
always have fights. Fights.
Oh yeah.
Almost every weekend.
Right. Fights
some
are
some kind of boxing
big
or UFC event or something.
And they're talking of building the baseball stadium. I think.
Yeah,
for,
I heard.
the A's.
That's nice. What's going to be the Vegas A's? That's going to be weird.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it the Vegas Raiders? Is that what they call themselves?
Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders.
That's weird.
Yeah. Everyone, even the commentators, like, Oakland's. You can't say Oakland Raiders. You can't. It takes a long time. People
Wasn't
still
it
say
the LA
say
Raiders?
Washington Redskins.
Right.
Just every Chris Collinsworth last week. The Redskins.
What do they call themselves now? The Redskins.
The Commanders. And you're talking. This is pretty good. I'm like a sports guy. I know this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Commanders.
Yeah, Redskins is a weird one, though.
Washington Commanders.
That one's problematic.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a lot of them, I guess, that though. Maybe there's some article someone did. It was really great. It broke down everything that could be. Like the Braves, the Chiefs, they went through all these different things. We'd have to get rid of everything.
How about Notre
The
Dame?
only thing left was like the Dolphins because they were just
Right.
it's a little. But you can't. It's a dolphin. You can't hurt a dolphin.
Well, yeah, but then there's dolphins in captivity. It's
Right.
kind of gross that you're capitalizing on dolphins in captivity.
Right.
There was a lot of people that were upset about the Notre Dame using the Fighting Irish, using that little leprechaun guy.
Right, yeah,
Just
right,
said,
right.
"Hey."
Yeah. I think they're gonna have a problem with everything. I mean, geez, Louise.
Yep.
That's all it is.
You ever get protested?
No.
No.
You seem shocked. No, I haven't. But I thought I had a nightmare one night that I did. Like it was just it'd just be people outside the Luxor just mad about something. No, but I've thought about that because I know people have been. Have you been?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what? See, that's so strange.
Yeah,
What is that?
minor. Just a bunch of people like mad about something. It's
We
always
hate
something.
bald guys.
It's always something. It's whatever it is. People just get upset. It's always a small group of people because it's actually organized by actual humans versus like these crowd-funded ones,
Right.
where like they show up on tour buses and they all have
They all have
professionally
the
made
signs.
signs. And they hand them to them. They're all
Yeah.
getting paid to
Right,
protest.
yeah, yes.
That's a weird thing that
Those
they're
are
doing
crazy.
today. That didn't exist when I was a kid. Like paid protesters.
I don't think so.
I was watching a documentary on it on YouTube the other day. That was they followed this woman who is a professional paid protester, and she goes from Free Palestine to this to that to she's been doing it for years. She goes from one protest to the next. And
That's her job.
that's her job. Yeah, and she makes X amount of $100 a day.
Wow.
And they fly around.
Fuck, stays at the Four Seasons. Maybe I'll start
I
doing
think
this.
that kind of should be illegal.
Yeah, it kind of.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's kind of a lie. It's kind of
It's beyond
fraud.
It's beyond fraud. It's
Yeah.
beyond, and the guy whoever's funding it is right. I mean,
Yeah.
who's paying them?
It's usually NGOs,
Yeah,
non-government
yeah, yeah,
organizations that get taxpayer money, unfortunately. But it's a weird thing where you're pretending that these people are outraged when they really just want a sandwich.
Right. You see them all the time on the news. Yeah, and people don't know they're real, right? They don't know they're not real
No, but
until
they
someone
get
points it out, like you just did, and then they get
Yeah.
exposed, and then people are like, no, you're just listening to the hype of the what do you call the, the what do you call it? Well, when they say something,
Propaganda?
propaganda, or the other one where they're like, oh, that's just, the world's flat and that kind of the conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
So I love those because with my dad working at NASA, I would always ask people like, what do you think?
What'd your dad do at NASA?
He was an engineer. He trained the astronauts in the
Was he involved
simulators.
in faking the moon landing? Did you ask him?
Nice. Yes. I wish my dad was alive. He'd punch you right now.
Would he?
Oh yeah.
I'm
Because
hard to
my
punch.
dad. Well, huh?
I slip. I move.
Yeah. No, because we just had a discussion backstage. Oh God, dang, a couple days ago. I don't know what. Something happened about a flag or something. It was something about a flag.
The flag waving on the moon?
No, it was something about a flag, like burning flag, something. And I said, my friend said, that's an interesting question. I wonder if the flag is still on the moon. And I said, that's a great question. Like it's one of those you had to break it down, right?
Yeah.
So I said, well, my dad would know, and I guess I'm not the brightest guy, but I would do like an engineer and would break it down. Well, there's not, there's no wind on the moon. I mean, there might be cosmic something wind up there, but it's not right. And there's nothing that's going to deteriorate the flag, so it's probably still there.
Unless it got hit by micrometeorites.
Right, something. That's what I mean.
like
Other than that, it would be right.
Because there's no atmosphere on the moon, or a very, very thin atmosphere, so it gets pelted all the time.
Right.
with
That's what I mean.
why it's covered
The
in
only thing that
craters.
would probably but unless how deep the fuckers put it. But my dad trained him to drive that little lunar rover.
Oh.
And so the joke I was going to put in the show, I said, NASA can now they're good. They can zoom in and look at it. So here's the NASA zoom in on the they have it on the moon. Mm-hmm. You see the flag. See, I told you the fucking moon's still there. And then we pan over, and there's the Land Rover, but it's up on blocks, and they've looted it and taken all the wheels off of it. So see the fucking thing. They've already stole it. They've already teared.
They did take photos. I think it was India. Was it India or China? One of the satellites that they had hovering the moon took appropriately blurry, ambiguous photos of what they claim was the landing site, like where the lunar module was and where the buggy is.
Well, that would be the punchline. Then you go, of course, it's still there in some sound stage in L.A. You know,
I think the soundstage is probably in Vegas. I think it was out in the
desert. It might be near
desert.
Summerlin. It might be near my house.
Could be. I think it's out where they film, where they do like UFO back engineering.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That's another weird thing. You're right where the Luxor is right across the street from where those guys take off to go to work at Area 51.
My brother flew those.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Here's the crazy thing, and I probably, my brother was Air Force, and so he retired Air Force. F-16 fighter jet pilot, and now he for about 3 years he flew those red stripe planes. And the weird thing is, I'm in the Luxor when I first got the gig, and I was in my room. It was at the top of the not on the light. That'd be a horrible room to be in. People are like, is your room with the light on it? Yeah, my room was with the light in it.
For people that don't know, there's a giant spotlight that they actually had to tone down.
Yeah,
because it was interfering with flights.
Yeah, it was indeed.
Yeah.
There's 3 things you can see from outer space, by the way: the Great Wall of China, the Luxor Light, and my cock. Thank you.
I'm here all week. Try the wings.
I'm actually here all week. So, what was I? So I'm looking out the window, right? Every morning I would look out, and I'd see the planes, and I didn't know they were. I thought they were some private guy, is a big billionaire that has all these jets out there. They were blue, so I thought, this is another billionaire red jets, and so then. There's 4 channels on my TV. It was like when I was a kid, right? And the Luxor. It was just the Luxor channel, and then So the Luxor channel would have on a loop every day this goddamn thing about the red striped planes. And this is real, right? So I'm watching it, and they're like, no one in the world knows where these red striped planes are. They fly out of a secret location. I swear to God, in the West. And I'm like, I'm looking out my window like, they're fucking right there. And it's serious. Like, no one knows. For years, people have tried to discover where the red planes fly in and out of. And I'm like, this is a joke. So I called my brother. And I said, I said, this thing says that you're like top secret. You don't fly anymore. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. My brother can't tell me. He wouldn't tell me. I just thought that was so crazy. I'm like, there's a whole show saying there's no red planes, and there's a mystery to if you could find them. And I'm like,
they're right. Everybody knows where they are.
Just zoom in and take a picture of it.
That's ridiculous. Everybody literally knows where they are.
Yeah.
You could see them from Mandalay Bay.
Unless they are fake ones. They're the ones that deploy. See, the decoy.
The decoy.
Yeah, just like the 747, then they have the other 747.
Yeah, when Bob Lazar was working on back engineering UFOs, allegedly, that's where he used to fly out of. They'd pick him up there, and he'd fly over to Area S4.
Crazy.
Quick little flight. Out into the middle of Groom Lake.
Quick layover and come back.
Get out, and they'd say, figure this thing out.
Jeez.
Allegedly,
yeah.
Supposedly looks like that. That one right there on
right.
the desk.
Well, I thought that was a symbol of AC/DC's album. It looks like, doesn't it?
It looks a little bit like that. No, it's this. That's the sport model. That's what Bob supposedly was working on in Area 51. Yeah. Who knows? It's fun.
Yeah,
Fun
I love
to think
all that
about.
space stuff, yeah.
But when you're looking at those actual planes, I'd like to talk to one of those guys. They tell you, though, that then they're fucked.
Oh, yeah, like my brother's like, what are you talking about?
He
would not. He said, I work at In-N-Out. No, you don't. You fly those planes. Tell me more.
He wouldn't tell you nothing?
No.
Even if to put the phones down and go for a walk?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Your own brother?
Yep.
If you were my brother, I'd tell you everything.
Would you?
Fuck yeah.
I would too. I can't keep a secret.
That's probably why I never worked there.
That's why you're not exactly why they wouldn't hire you.
People always ask me, like, does anybody ever tell you, like, top secret information? I'm like, no, I have a big fucking mouth. You're not gonna tell me.
Exactly right.
They told me that UFOs are real. I'd be like, look, I'm sorry. Maybe they're going to put me in jail, but I have to tell you people.
I always have that question too, honestly, about people that have had security clearances and that, and then they revoke them. And they get rid of.
Yeah.
My biggest. I have
You can take those
I know
off.
these.
Those
fucking
are not
heads-
working.
Yeah, these aren't working. for
Something
me.
about your hair. and
yeah. My physique.
Let's just go headset less. We don't-
Oh my God.
Feel better?
Oh,
It was a struggle.
can I take my pants off too?
You can take your
Thank
pants off. This is a
And
pants-free
this is a
zone.
no headphone, no pant wearing zone.
You probably have extra pants in there anyway.
I
Don't
might.
you? You probably have
I do
clown pants.
probably have something in there. I know I used
Do
to
you
have
even
one.
know
I
what's
don't
in there?
know.
Like,
Not
do you
this one, I don't
structure your
know.
show, or do you just like reach in and
No,
start grabbing stuff?
the show is structured. But when I come and do like little things, there's not at all. There's nothing zero.
Do you ever do
structured.
guest sets like at a comedy club, or you just
I
bring the?
I used to
the
do
bo-
it. I used to make a thing.
Do you
like,
do
yeah,
it these days?
No,
though? No, never.
I mean, they kind of do like this is what I'm doing today with Tony. I bring a little thing,
right.
a little. what
Tony
do you call
loved it
that?
last
Yeah.
time you did it. It was very fun. I saw
It
some
was
clips.
fun. Yeah, he said to me, I was home. I said, I don't really want to do props. I want to talk. I want to be, not Carrot Top. He says, but that's what I want. I want you to be that. And he was right, because he was right, because a lot of it was both right.
Yeah.
It was fun to talk, be funny without doing props, and then go in and show some of the stuff. And he was beside himself. He said,
Are you here
"That's what
tomorrow
I want
night?"
to do." I'm here. No,
No,
I'm
Too
here
bad.
tonight, and
I have a show there tomorrow night.
Ah, shit, I
I was
would.
gonna say, it'd be fun if you
Oh, that would be
pulled the box
awesome.
up
Oh
on
man,
stage.
I would have done that in a heartbeat.
another time. You'll be back.
Yeah.
Next time, let's plan on that.
Yeah, that
That'd
would
be
be
fun.
awesome.
People get a kick out of it.
Absolutely, yeah. I just had Ron White come up on stage just last Friday.
Oh, he was in Vegas.
He was in Vegas, and he came out, and Ron's just a hoot. He says, he comes in, and I said, what I said, well, I thought, what do you want me to do? And I said, you just do what don't, have to stress out. Don't come out and do 20 minutes. I think just poke your head out. I have a bit in my act where I talk about my dad working at NASA and training astronauts, and it says like Neil Armstrong and John Glenn. All these pictures come up. And Katy Perry, and everybody goes, And I said, if my dad was alive, you could hear him right now. And he goes, what the fuck? And I got Ron White to do the voice for it, right? So the crowd, they already know it. You just hear his voice, what the fuck? And everybody's like, Ron White. So I said, that sounds like Ron White. And I said, fucking sounds a lot like Ron White. And he walks out, and he goes, well, no shit, Sherlock. And the crowd loses it, right? And I was going to come out here and say something, but you're fucking, I was having a good set, fucking blowing the roof off of the fucking place. And so he says, do you still want it? I said, yeah, dude, joke? All right, I'll do it. And he did some joke. And it was great because I'm watching the whole show. He's like one of my heroes in life. He's sitting there watching the show. But then he's gone for like, I don't know, his bit's coming up. I don't know where he is. And you could smell pot, the whole theater. So I smell my life, it's not a joke. And I'm like, oh fuck, Ron, you can't like smoke weed in here. So I go off after he comes out, and he just it comes. So I said, all right, another hand for Ron White. And I said and if you smell weed, it's probably, he's back. He goes back in my dress. Now there's another show that's back down in there, all these stripper girls. And they're all like, hey, I didn't know you partied. I'm like, what? Like, I didn't know you party. I've been there 19 years. I'm like, I don't party. They're like, no, that's my friend Ron. He's smoking weed. They're like, holy, she's got good shit. I mean, it would just bellow through the whole lobby, out into the lobby.
Yeah, he can go hard.
Oh, he goes.
I've smoked weed with him and then done a set and be like, oh my God, what am I talking about?
Yeah, no. He was so belligerent. And then he left his weed and his wallet in my dressing room.
Oh, no. Did you steal his wallet?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I still have his wallet. And his weed. Yeah.
He's here. He lives here.
He does. I know. He said he might surprise me today later.
Oh, nice.
And you've done with I don't know if I didn't.
I do shows with him every week.
Every
week. Yeah.
Sound great.
He's the best.
He's the best.
He's the best.
He's just.
He's one of the main reasons why I moved here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, when he moved here in 2000, I think 17 or 18. I think 18. And I was like, Woody, where are you, man? I miss you. He's like, I moved back to Austin. I fucking love it. It's in the middle of the country. I can fly here from everywhere. It's like 3 hours no matter where you go. 3 hours to New York, 3 hours to L.A., perfectly centrally located.
True.
People are nice. Food's great. I was like, all right.
He's right.
He got me thinking about Austin. And then when the pandemic hit, I was like, well, if I move to Austin, at the very least, Ron's going to be there. I'm like, there's a good comedy club there, but the comedy club had already closed. I'm like, but at least Ron's there. I'll have a friend.
Yeah.
I just had to get out of L.A. And
Yeah,
he was just raving about how good. Come on down, man. Austin's fucking awesome.
Food's good. Fucking
Yeah.
food's good. Hell, weed.
He's also the one who talked me into opening up a club.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was totally Ron. He hadn't done it's a really funny story. He hadn't done stand up in like 8 months. He goes, I'm fucking retired because it was the pandemic and all the chaos. I'm fucking retired. I'm done. I got plenty of money. I'm just gonna enjoy life and this done. I'm like, okay. Come on, man. Really? I'm like, you're so funny. Like, I just can't believe that. And so then Tony put on a show at the Vulcan. Tony had done like 1 or 2 shows indoors, like, which was crazy. Like, oh my God, we're doing shows indoors in 2020. This is madness.
Oh, right.
And in LA, people were freaking out. You're killing grandma.
Yeah, exactly.
And so Ron was like, oh, fuck it. I don't even know if I'm going to do a set. And then he decided to go on stage. He went on stage. The audience went fucking bananas. He got a huge standing ovation. The moment he went on stage, murdered. I mean, murdered for 15 minutes. And then he came off stage and he grabbed me by my shoulders. And he goes, whatever the fuck we have to do, we're going to keep doing this. You got to open that club. I'm like, okay, we're going to.
That's great.
That was the beginning of the Comedy Mothership. It was Ron White.
How great is that?
Yeah, he was the original. He was the Christopher Columbus, but that's a bad example because that guy was a real piece of shit. He was the original pioneer that came here.
Yeah, crazy. We went out. I'll do one more Ron White story because it's just incredible. We go out. This little fancy, like one of these posh little bars down somewhere in the fancy hotel. And I even said, "Where do you want to go?" And he says, "This is kind of like little." I thought we'd go to a bar. And he said, let's go to the one at the Aria or whatever. So we go, and it's real fancy, and we sit down, and the waitress walks over to us, and there's 3 of us, his wife, his girlfriend, me, my friend. And I said, let's do a Crown on the Rocks, and I'll have a glass of wine. And as I look over to his wife, I said, would you like damn, someone smoking weed? And Ron's is literally, he looks at me, he's like, well, no fucking shit. And I go, Ron, you can't smoke pot in here. He goes, the hell we can't. Who the hell's gonna throw Ron White and Carrot Top out of a fucking bar? And within seconds, Metro is standing there going, you guys get the fuck out of here. And Ron's like, you gotta be fucking shit. I said, Ron, you can't. Like the cops are there, and he's like, well, they're good. They're good. I said, no, we're not good. We gotta go. He just thought he did that in my backstage this last week. I said, you can't smoke pot back here. It's your fucking dressing room. What does that mean? It means you can't smoke back.
Is that a Luxor
Because I've got the other people, the girls, the show.
Oh, the next
There's
show?
a lot of other people backstage
What is the next
that
show?
I can't do.
The next show is like strippers?
It's called Fantasy, yeah.
Oh.
It's like a lot like my show, except it's funnier and there's naked people. So yeah.
What is it?
It's just a girls dancing review show.
They used to have something like
Yeah,
that.
they're good.
At the
They're good. It's a good
Riviera.
show.
It was called Crazy Girls.
Yeah.
There was like comedians would host it.
Yep.
God,
That was kind of like this one. They have a comic in the middle, and the girls. Yeah, it's a good show. They've been there for a while.
It's for people that want an excuse to see strippers, but they don't want to go to a strip club.
Right.
So they take
Right,
a
exactly.
date. You can take a date
Right.
to a show.
Right.
You see some titties.
Yes, exactly. It's smart,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's weird.
See, we didn't go to a strip club, honey. We went to a fancy titty bar.
Vegas
yeah.
is just such an odd place. There's nothing like that place. It's so strange. It's just got such a history. I mean, it's, first of all, the beginning of it, right? It's founded by the mob. Like, they literally want a place where they can get gambling. And then in order to have legal gambling, there's probably some sort of a deal where they let the government blow nukes off in the middle of the fucking mountains. So there's spots out there where you really can't even visit because they detonated 50, 60 nukes.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's what killed John Wayne, you know.
Vegas?
John Wayne was doing a movie in Nevada about Genghis Khan. It's a terrible movie. And he did that movie, and a giant percentage of the people that worked on the movie got cancer from it.
Oh, shit.
Because they were literally like right down the road from one of the test sites.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's fucked, right?
Yeah.
But I always thought that's probably one of the reasons why they allowed them to do the gambling thing there. They probably made some sort of a deal. Like, yeah, you can have gambling, but this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
We want to blow off nukes.
Jesus. I feel like that sometimes when I'm on stage at the Luxor, if something comes down, and the crowd can see it, just particle of something. It's always like, oh, that's nice. The place is fine.
Like
asbestos.
Well, it's not nukes. Luxor was built in like what, the early 2000s.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be new. It wouldn't be nuclear stuff.
When was that place built?
Yeah, something like that.
Like 2000 or something like that. Because when we filmed Fear Factor, there was like 2003
about 2000. Yeah, because I've been there 20 of them. So yeah, about 2000.
Yeah. So I don't think they use asbestos, but it's just such a weird place. 93. Oh wow. No kidding.
Oh shit, I'm way off.
Wow.
And I worked there. Fuck.
Not too far off. 10 years. Wow.
Look at that.
The wait is over. 2 pound-for-pound kings, one epic showdown. Canelo versus Crawford going toe-to-toe at last. And DraftKings Sportsbook is in your corner from the opening bell to the final blow. From the opening bell to the judge's final call, DraftKings has you covered with odds on knockouts, total rounds, method of victory, and more. Never bet on a fight before? Easy. Open the app, look for something simple like who will win, and make your pick. And it's not just fight night. Football is on tap this Sunday, too. One app, all the action. New customers, this one's for you. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you sign up today. DraftKings Sportsbook is the home for fight fans and football Sundays. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code Rogan. That's code Rogan to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois, Boyd, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
It was a great idea.
Yeah, it's still phenomenal. You walk inside it, it's just breathtaking.
I was there recently. I went to see the bodies exhibit.
You walk in, it's like, I actually do a joke like this. Yeah, I had sex on a really hot chick, and then they threw me out of the bodies exhibit or something stupid. I forget the joke. It's something stupid.
That bodies exhibit is fucking creepy. Do you know the story behind that place?
A little. I mean, yeah, kind of.
They're mostly, well, they don't really know like where they're getting the bodies, but they do know that a lot of them are political prisoners.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's basically like people that ran afoul of the Chinese government, so they whack them and turn them into statues.
Wow. That's creepy. That's right outside my theater.
Yeah, well,
God damn.
A lot of them they call like unidentified bodies. But the real problem is, like, to be an unidentified body, you have to be unidentified for 30 days. But then in order to do the plastination process, where they turn you into a statue, it has to take place within 48 hours of death. So, someone's lying.
Fuck.
Yeah. Someone's
lying. It makes a
lying.
lot more sense now.
A lot of them have bullet holes.
What a great place to have a comedy club, right next to like the Titanic Museum and dead fucking bodies, right?
Yeah.
That didn't get you more in a mood for a show.
I saw
right?
that too, the Titanic Museum.
Yeah, Titanic Museum.
That's pretty dope. They actually have a big chunk of the Titanic on display there.
I've been in there.
Yeah. But what a wild time where people would just get on a fucking boat and travel across the ocean with no YouTube, no GPS, hope they didn't hit an iceberg. And that was like super fancy, high-tech travel. Imagine the people that traveled 30, 40 years before that. Wooden boats.
Yeah.
Not having any idea. Just going on a promise that you had a job waiting on the other side of the fucking ocean.
Right?
Yeah. That's how my grandparents got here.
There are probably comics on those cruise ships working.
Probably terrible comics on those cruise ships. That's the worst job in comedy.
Ever, right? Ever. I did one. That's my only one.
It's one of those things where a guy, there's some guys that like it. Like, I know Alonzo Bowden does like jazz cruises. Like Alonzo Bowden he's a great comic, but he's also like a giant jazz fan. He loves jazz music. Yeah. So he'll go on jazz cruises, and it's probably perfect for him because like it's like if I went on an MMA cruise, I could talk about.
Right.
It's like you could talk about subjects that most people in a regular crowd be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Right?
If you're talking about obscure jazz music,
Yeah. No, that would work. I have a lot of friends who love cruise ships. I just don't. Yeah.
Have you heard what they're doing with AI music? Speaking of jazz,
Yes.
They did 50. I sent it to Jamie today. They took 50 Cent's "Many Men" and made it like a soulful song that seems like it's from the 50s or 60s. Have you heard this?
No, but I've heard a few other ones, not the 50 Cent one.
Dude, you want to listen to it?
Yeah.
It's so fucking
Yeah.
good. I sent it to Brian Simpson, and he said, that is the best fucking thing you've ever sent me. What
And
did I
so
find?
they just did that.
Yes, through AI. It's not even a real human being's voice. And it's fucking good, dude. It's good where you're like, whoa! Listen to this. It seems weird hearing these lyrics with this kind of singing, you know, because it's like hardcore gangsta rap music, but with, listen to this, though. It's kind of crazy that they're doing.
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be
Wow.
what I'm destined to be. And niggas trying to take my life away.
Woo!
Isn't that great?
It gets better. It is.
I put a hole in a nickel for fucking with me. My back on the wall, now you gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me. 'Cause I'll come and take your life away.
Woo!
Isn't that great? How incredible.
Many men.
Nobody sings lyrics like that with those
No,
kind of
no,
lyrics.
no.
It's gangster rap lyrics with an
Right.
incredible voice. AI is fucking scary, man.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
If that was a dude who sang that, I was like, who's this guy?
Right.
You know, I'd be like, this guy is
No,
fire.
that's the kind of stuff we're going to be, yeah. But, I mean, the first time I heard about it was Randy Travis had a song out, and I love Randy Travis. So I was like, he has a new album out. He's not doing well. He can't, he hasn't been able to.
That's right. They used AI, but that was his decision, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
But-
he wrote the music.
Yeah, I think he did. But it
Yes.
blew me away. We had a
Right.
whole fight with my crew. Like, it's AI. It's not fucking AI. It's AI.
It
and
is,
then they
but
came
it's
back
not.
and they said it right. But,
But
they
the
said
difference
it was.
is, like, this is not a real person's
Right,
voice.
right.
It's probably a conglomeration of multiple different singers' voices. At least I'm guessing.
I'm looking
Is it
at-
actually a guy?
I don't know where this started, but I'm looking at the one that I'm looking at. They are trying to sell this like it's a they tried to make it seem like 50 Cent covered this song from some guy named Shifty Brent. Made up a
Oh,
whole
yeah, but
thing
they
about
do
it.
that stuff. They did that with the Chris Rock thing. When Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, they tried to pretend that it was an old television show.
Yeah.
And they did an AI version of this old television show where a guy goes on stage and slaps the comedian. It's really funny. AI is so squirrely.
Yeah.
They're probably just trying to make money. That's why they did it.
sure.
But god damn, it's
But
good.
the Randy Travis one, you're
It's
saying
his voice.
But
so
I
it's,
don't think so.
No, it is. So what they do is like it's my voice too. Like they use AI with my. There's a whole podcast with me and Steve Jobs. I never met Steve Jobs.
Oh, God.
There's a whole
I see what you're
podcast
saying.
that somebody made with AI. AI because you have Steve Jobs' voice and you have my voice. Thousands and thousands of hours. Every sound that I can make with my voice
Sure.
has already been made. So
Right.
all the
How about-
computer has to
how
do.
about that?
Weird noises. Oh, weird noises. But all the computer has to do is just take a giant amount of your noises
sure.
and then apply it, and then apply it differently, emotionally, slowly, somberly, angrily, and you can just put it all together.
They just had one with me. Someone
Yeah.
and it was like, what the? And it was me doing something.
Do they do ransom phone calls where people
that's what it
call
was.
people and
That's what it
say,
was.
"I've been
That's what it
kidnapped.
was.
I need money"?
That's what it was. It was not. It was. Hey, it's me. It was Carrot Top. I'm listening. If you could help me out, I need. And it was like I was
Yeah.
broke and I was down and out. I needed money.
And these
But it was
people
me,
won't
I'm like,
stop sucking my dick, and
right.
I'm in the desert. Send money. Yeah, it's real weird because it's super good now. In the beginning, when we first started hearing it, was kind of obvious because the inflections were off, like the way you would say something,
Right.
like the inflections in that
Oh, that's
song
amazing.
was insane.
Yeah.
You know
That's
that
amazing.
I'll take your life. Watch how you're talking about me. Like, I'll take your life away.
That's great.
Ooh, you hear it, you're like, damn. So that means that we associate with a soulful, incredibly creative person with an amazing God-given talent of a voice. But it's not.
Right.
That's what's crazy. Like, they nailed it. Even though I know it's fake, I love it.
Yeah.
And you love it too. Like, we're listening
love-
like,
yeah.
this
No,
is
that was true.
great.
That was beautiful.
But we know it's fake. That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. The Randy Travis thing is different because what they just did is he wrote it and then he can't sing anymore, but they have thousands of hours of him singing.
So
They take that and then just turn
That's
it into
amazing.
him singing.
That's
so
amazing.
it is him singing. It's actually his voice. It's just not coming out of his mouth. It's coming out of technology, but it is his voice.
Crazy.
And it's his writing,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, it really is a Randy Travis album. It's just Randy Travis. Like, you can enjoy someone that can't do it anymore, but is still alive.
Right, sure.
You know? Like, that guy had so many great songs.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. That guy
I could
has
go on forever and ever and
incredible
ever and
voice.
ever and ever and ever.
Well, you have to have.
No, he's got so many. I that was my first big country. Says Kenny Rogers, and my dad would go to see Kenny Rogers every concert my dad went to was Kenny Rogers. Right?
Really?
Literally.
That's hilarious.
And then he goes.
Oh, we put the headphones
No,
back on. We forgot. We forgot
No,
we had one.
I'm off because I feel more animated.
Yeah, there you go.
This is weird. So he goes to see Kenny Rogers, and I'm like 12 or something, 13. He says, "You want to go?" So I said, "I'll go to Kenny." My first concert, Kenny Rogers. It's like huge. He was playing like arenas. It was him and Tammy Wynette, and it was great.
You gotta know when to
Well,
hold
we write all the
'em.
hits.
Know
And we
when to
go-
fold 'em.
Yeah,
Know when to walk away.
yeah. And then the second concert I go to was Kenny Rogers, right? So I'm like, geez, all right. I don't think there's anything else but Kenny Rogers, right? Third time I go to this fucking thing, I'm like, Dad, can we go to like Alabama? Can we go do another concert? Because he loved Alabama. He loved his. No, Kenny Rogers is. So then I meet Kenny Rogers in an elevator in L.A. Like, it's just the weirdest thing. Bing, doors open, and he gets standing. He gets on. I said, oh man, I don't bother you. You're a legend. He's like, thank you. I said, you know the first concert I ever went to? He says, I'm going to say me. I said, yep. He said, that's awesome. I said, you know the second concert I went to? He says, nope. I said, you. He says, wow, that's awesome. I said, you want to know the third? He goes, all right, fuck off. He goes, fuck off. Where are we going with this? I said, my dad took me to your concert 3 times in a row. He goes, well, you have a great dad. And then it was just kind of awkward. He was just, I kind of ran out
That's
of.
exactly what we were talking about. You act weird in front of celebrities.
And I did right, and we're just looking at the numbers, and we're going up. And finally, I said, "Oh, you know what? You have great chicken." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I didn't know what else to say. But he really did have this great chicken roasters thing, and that's what I said. And he looked at me like, "Fuck off." I said, "No, and the sides are great too. The chicken."
That song, The Gambler, how many people did that turn into gambling junkies?
Right.
It
Oh, God.
romanticized gambling. It made it seem so, you gotta know when to hold them. I do. I know
Yeah,
when.
but you gotta
I know
know
when to
when to
walk
fold.
away. I know when to run.
I know what I'm doing. I got
Did
this
they
shit.
make a TV movie about that? Wasn't there like
Yeah,
a
I think
TV
they did.
movie?
Yeah, called The Gambler. Wasn't it
Was
called The
it?
Gambler?
I think there was a TV movie called The Gambler.
I
Yeah.
think so. We'll find out in seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about music that was created before the
Yeah,
internet.
The Gambler. There you go.
The Gambler. Look at him. What year is this?
He's a stud.
1980. There's something about stuff that was created before the internet that's so fascinating.
Oh, right.
It's like an archaeological dig, you know? Like this is
Look
like
at that. That's just great.
like
That even looks great, doesn't
play
it?
me a
It's like
scene
you
of
want to
this.
watch it.
can I listen? Because it's like an archaeological dig. Like you're looking at like, the way people used to behave and talk before the internet.
Right.
You know, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's like oddly fake. You know, it's like oddly like give me some.
Interesting how you analyze that way. That's now I want to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I'm an amateur archaeologist here. This is a different time. Human beings from 1980 were like a different thing. Everybody would just leave the house. Everyone had a key. Nobody knew where anybody was at any given time.
Right.
You left the house, you were gone. We didn't even have answering machines yet.
No, right.
People were basically wild animals who lived in houses.
You're right. We had no.
And they only knew how to behave from movies and TV. Give me some of this.
It's just playing the music.
Oh, is it still playing the music?
Yeah, I can't read.
Oh, okay. Is this the theme song?
I mean, it's playing the song the Game Boy.
I want it. Yeah.
That's great. That's so funny.
Look at it, even in the way it looks. The way it looks so cornball. It's just kind of amazing. You know, people just kind of accepted.
I love the fact that how you put it. There was not even having answer machines. So they were just gone.
We were wild
didn't
animals.
know you were wild
People
animals.
in 1980 were essentially wild animals.
That's
They were wild
crazy.
animals who had children. No one knew what was going on in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody was completely uninformed.
Right. Isn't that great?
It's crazy. We were all worried that Russia was going to blow us up.
Right.
That was every day. Everybody's worried about Russia blowing us up. And no one knew what was going on. And everybody lived in bliss. And you only knew the people in your neighborhood. You didn't know anybody else.
No.
You didn't know, like,
True.
people. There wasn't even 1/100th of the amount of famous people back then. There was a tiny amount of famous people. There was Elvis and a few other folks.
Yeah.
There's a few rock
Yeah,
stars.
yeah.
A few comics. There's like Richard Pryor.
TV, right.
Yeah.
Or TV shows that you think,
Yeah, dude. Animals. We were. Look at Kenny Rogers.
Sell it.
These are wild animals that have just been introduced to technology, and they're aping what it's like to be a grown-up. Like, they're just figuring it out.
So
and now
great.
here we
That's
are.
so
We're
great.
like the teenagers. We're the adolescents
Yeah.
of civilization. So we realize that's kind of silly, and everything. But there's stuff from then that's better than stuff that's today for whatever weird reason. There's some music back then that hits you because, like, you realize, like, how special this really, like, Prince, for instance. Like, I remember the first time I listened to Prince, I listened to, I was delivering newspapers at the time, and I listened to I Want to Be Your Lover. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy, man? Like, this guy was coming out of nowhere. He was, like, completely androgynous. Like, he was a beautiful man with his long flowing hair, and the first album is him with his shirt off, just staring at you like, what the fuck is going on? And then I Want to Be Your Lover. I heard that. I was like, oh my God, this guy's talented. But he was like out of nowhere talented. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck was like that guy before him?
Right.
He was completely different than anybody that came before
The only
him.
one I think that would people compare was Michael Jackson because of the.
He was very different too.
Right, but that hit because I remember when Prince came out, I'm like, oh, he's trying to be Michael Jackson. Or no, yeah, but he wasn't.
What year is this?
This is his first performance.
Oh, let me see this.
I said 84 or something.
Let me hear some of this.
There you go. There's your song. Yeah, come on,
man. What a song. Look at him.
No, yeah.
Bro.
You could. It's so funny. This video. If you took the sound off this and you put in like Cinderella, it would probably match his Aerosmith. But look how he's doing it. But he can say, "Walk this way."
Right.
He's got it. If you took the volume, it looks like
Oh, he's
it's
so
rock
compelling.
and roll. Yes.
He was so compelling. All I ever wanted to do, I want to be a lover. I
Yeah.
bet women were so confused why they wanted to fuck him. Like,
Yeah.
why do I want to fuck that woman? They wanted to fuck
Why?
him. Like, he cracked the code. He figured something out.
And
like,
they did.
when you're a
And they
5'3"
did once,
dude
yes.
with insane amount of talent,
Yeah.
and you're wearing stiletto heels on stage, and everybody wants to fuck you.
Yep.
Because he was that
That's-
fucking talented.
yeah.
He was that talented.
God,
and then it was
awesome is
also,
that?
his music was so wild. Like that song, Head. I remember
Yeah.
hearing that song. That was like, what year was Head? Was that like 86 or something
Yeah.
like that? Like, what year was that? I don't know my music.
I know the thing.
80?
80.
Wow, 1980. So this is before I was in high school, son. This is before I was in high school. He had a song about blowjobs.
Yeah.
Morning, noon, and night, I'll give you a head.
Yep.
Till you burn it up, head. Do you love his red head? Love you till you're dead. Ow.
You know, Prince people reached out to our people one night and asked if they could come to the show when he was at the Rio.
Whoa.
And we said, well, fuck yeah. What do you mean? Of course we would. And they said, there's only one caveat. I said, what's that? You can't curse.
Prince hates cursing?
Yeah.
For real.
Well, yeah. So
Maybe
we
he
said,
just wanted to fuck with you.
Maybe.
How much power do I have?
Yeah, I do tell. Well,
I don't think.
I was like,
want to hear swears tonight.
I was telling my people. I said, hold on a second. He's telling I can't curse. I said, yeah, that's the only thing. I said, but he has a song called Cream. Get off.
Yeah.
Cream, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna change my whole.
Oh, he became a devoted Jehovah's Witness,
Yeah.
and as a result, stopped using profanity.
Yeah.
Even implementing a cash swear jar at his Paisley Park studio to enforce his no swearing policy. Witnesses believe that using blasphemous or foul language is a sin, and Prince adhered to this tenet by removing swear words from his music and charging people for any foul language spoken at his compound. Well,
I'm already down like 200. I'm already fined $200 today, I think.
as much as I love that guy, I would not visit him. I would be like, I can't do that.
No,
dude.
that's what I
don't want to do
well,
that.
that's what I said.
Maybe I would. Maybe I'd visit him once.
once.
Maybe I'd talk to him once. I would just like if I'm going to go talk to a priest, I'm not going to go swear. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going to try to be nice.
Yeah.
But like at a certain point in time, like I don't want to perpetuate this really stupid idea that different sounds that you make with your mouth are uniquely offensive. It's what you're saying. It's supposed to be a sound that I make so you know what I'm thinking. And if you have words that you could substitute for these thoughts that are if you have a thought that is only expressed through fuck you.
Right.
Like we know what fuck you means and everybody says fuck you. For you to say that you can't say that anymore, you're manipulating language to make it have less nuance. That's never good.
Yeah.
Like it's already not nuanced enough. Like it still doesn't quite grasp exactly what you're thinking or what you're saying. And the worst case scenario of it is when someone writes down what you're saying instead of like hearing you say it in context with the conversation that you're having, right?
Right.
So it's like anybody who says don't use certain words, like stop being a baby. Stop being a baby. These are just noises you make so that we can understand. All that shit is nonsense.
Right.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid, and it was mostly created, I think, first of all, on television, right? Television, you had advertising, and that was the only place where there was advertising. And so that was the only place that had a proven audience. But to keep that proven audience on NBC and CBS, you had to institute laws
Right.
where you literally would get fined like a serious amount of money if you swore on TV. And then cable came along, and everybody, Sam Kinison was like HBO,
Right.
Like, and you're like, what? This is way better. Like, why can't we just talk?
Right.
But again, this is cave people.
Right.
Kinison on HBO was 86.
Right.
No one knew what the fuck
What
was
to
going
do,
on,
right.
dude.
Right.
No one knew what the fuck was going on back then.
Pryor. All
Yeah.
that. It was just amazing.
When I was a kid, I was at my friend Jimmy Lawless's house, and we watched Eddie Murphy Delirious. I think we were all like, what year was that?
80.
I want to say I was 15, maybe.
Delirious. 86.
I want to say I was like 15 or 16. I couldn't believe how funny it was. I was like, this is insane.
Well, no,
He's talking about the honeymooners fucking each other in the ass.
No, it's
like,
just
what?
so-
Jackie Gleason
Yeah.
is fucking Ed Norton
Brilliant.
in the
He was
ass.
one of the
Norton,
best.
I've been looking at you. You're like, this is insane. How is this on TV?
86.
83.
83.
Yeah. Wow.
Unbelievable,
So
right?
that
One of the
makes,
best specials.
yeah. That, I think
No,
that,
you're right. That's
It
great.
makes me like
Yeah.
15. Fucking crazy. It was so good, dude.
Yeah, what about that?
And it was new. It was like all of a sudden you're hearing someone just swearing on TV.
Yeah.
Like this is crazy. How am I even watching this?
Right. That's that was a big change in
Yeah.
because the cable.
Well, cable and then VHS tapes where you can go and like you could rent Delirious. And
Right.
People would rent it.
Wasn't it too when we had to right?
Yeah, you go home and
You
put it
go-
in,
you
get
go-
the
yeah,
popcorn
yeah,
out,
you
and
go- you
go to
go
watch Delirious. We were
Blockbuster
cave
and
people.
yeah, we were cave people.
We were cave people. We were telling stories by the fire.
Yeah, literally. Right.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, God. And then bear coming, I stab him. Oh. Like that was our form of entertainment.
It's so weird. Do you think back about that? You keep bringing this up, but isn't that weird? Because I'm about your age, and that we didn't have any. We didn't, like you said, we didn't even have an answering machine.
Yeah, we had nothing.
We had nothing.
We had nothing. I think we are the
Nothing.
perfect. We're the perfect people to like really understand the change that society has gone through and how spectacular that change is, because we we were there when there was none, where there was nothing, where walkie-talkies were crazy.
Yeah. That was huge.
If
to
somebody
have
had a walkie-talkie, that was nuts. You could talk to your friend in your bedroom. You had to be quiet.
It's so good.
Bro, what's going on over there? Over.
Yeah, right.
As long as you guys are like reasonably close.
Mom just pulled in. Over. Yeah.
It was the craziest thing in
That's
the world. You could
great.
talk at a walkie-talkie. Or I knew a dude who had a CB in his car. He would just have
CBs,
random conversations
CBs
with people. Bro, they would just start talking about stuff.
Hey,
Like,
breaker one.
breaker 19, what you up to?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they would just have conversations, and people would meet people.
Like you said, and the Smoking the Bandit. That was
Yeah.
that was that. But that is about the time you're talking about too, where
Yes.
we had CBs, but they're also like cavemen. They were just It was.
But you were the cool guy if you had a CB in your truck.
Yeah.
If you had a CB in your truck, you were cool.
Yeah.
Didn't Bert Reynolds have a CB in his Trans Am?
Yeah. Of course he did.
Did he?
Yeah, he had to.
in
He
the
had
Burt
talked to
Reynolds
Bert.
Trans Am.
Yeah, he did. Hey, big. What's up? We're gonna pull over here and feed the dog. And
Bro.
10-4, good buddy.
That is the ultimate cool guy.
Yeah, look at
He's
that.
got a walkie-talkie in his Trans Am with a cowboy hat on.
Fucking right. That's my.
Fuck.
By the way, it is one of my only movies that I own on my iPod.
Bro, it is another archaeological
Love that
site.
movie.
It's a dig. They've dug down to another time of human beings where this is the coolest guy in the world.
Yep.
A guy who runs from the cops in a Trans Am with a Firebird on the fucking
He
hood.
did.
And he's talking on a CB with a cowboy hat on.
He was fucking.
I mean,
And that was the first movie that.
it's like Greek theater.
Yeah, first movie they broke the camera. The third. What do you call that? Where they look into
Oh,
the
the
camera.
third wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
Is it
first
fourth
movie.
wall? What do they
Fourth
call it?
wall? Fourth
Fourth
wall.
wall. Fourth wall.
Fourth wall is right when he's first being chased.
Yeah, thank God Jim.
He's going down the. He loses him in the alley in the very beginning chase scene, and he's going like he's backing in like this, and he looks at the camera and he goes. It's like that was fucking awesome. Like he just gave that look and went.
Oh, Burt Reynolds had so much charisma. In
It was
his prime.
great.
He was so
And
good.
the fucking sheriff. I mean, God damn it, how great is that whole?
Bro, you know
that
where
movie?
he's really great?
Give me a dabble sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Make it quick. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Who's chasing you? No one's chasing me. I'm Sheriff Bieber. No one's chasing me. You stay here and you think about it, but don't do it.
Yeah.
His kid's on the car.
Dude, Jackie Gleason was amazing in that.
That's an attention getter.
Yeah. He was so good in
His
that
keys.
movie.
That's
Yeah.
called an attention getter.
Do you remember Burt Reynolds in Deliverance?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was an insane role.
Crazy.
That was an insane role. That was when you get to see him as an actual actor.
Yep.
You're like, oh, this guy was good. He was a good
was a
actor.
great movie.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just Smokey and the Bandit.
Right, sure, no.
The guy having a good time, super
Right,
charming,
right,
great
right, yeah.
mustache,
Hooper,
smiling
you know,
at the
right,
camera.
right, yeah.
He was fun, man.
yeah.
Like in Deliverance,
Yeah,
man.
look at that.
It was like right
Badass.
out of him, right when he was done playing football.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. He kills a guy with a
Crazy
bow,
movie.
doesn't he?
Crazy movie.
Yeah, man. It was a good movie. That was a good movie. That was
I got to meet him.
intense movie.
He's cool as hell.
That's a very
We got
intense
a
movie.
pie
Like,
fight.
you had a pie fight with Burt
No,
Reynolds?
I was on the Tonight Show. Burt Reynolds. This is crazy. Burt Reynolds was the lead guest. He came out and talked about being married like 9 times. Mark Summers, who hosted the game show, whatever it was, Mark Summers, he came out, and Bert's moves down to the second chair, and Mark's here's Jay, and he puts his back to Bert, and he starts telling him, something about being, I've only been married once, and Bert's over there, kind of getting a little. First, he's got his back to him. Then he takes the cup, the mug, and he says, he went to take it. And he says, "Is this mine?" He says, "Fuck, I don't give a shit." And he says, "Well, you've been married 5 times. I don't want to." He was trying to be funny, like, I don't drink after you've been married 5 times. They just kind of hurt. They got. Oh, here it is. Now, here's the best part. Watch.
Whoa.
Oh no, this is real shit. I'm a guest. I'm
He
getting ready
threw
to.
a drink on him.
Yeah.
Was this planned?
No.
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 And who's the other dude?
Mark Summers.
And who's
Now
Mark
look.
Summers?
He's the host of Double Dare.
Double
and
Dare, thank you.
Nickelodeon stuff.
Now watch how angry Bert. Watch it. Watch him. He's. They didn't have this plan, by the way. But Bert hits him hard.
Yo. That hurt. Look at the torque he got in that right hand. I want you to watch this again. Bro,
Oh, no.
he
Oh,
got
no.
hip into that.
No, he was
He
fucking
got his
pissed.
right
and
shoulder.
at the end, if you watch it, he'll go, well, "Hey, Carrot Top will be here tomorrow night." At the end.
Let's look at this frame by
Jesus.
frame.
Well, he's a
Look at
fucking
the-
football player too. Look at
And bro, he clocked that dude. Look at his face. Look at that freeze frame. That guy should be ashamed of that look for the rest of his life. How dare you? How dare that
right there,
face?
right
Yeah.
there is scary.
Yeah. If I was friends with that dude, I'd be like, no, you're not going to do that. He's gonna kill you, bro. Look at the torque he got into.
Oh
that.
yeah, well, let's say he's a football
fight.
player.
Bro, that was like.
And I'm backstage
you
going,
could've
"Am I
KO'd
going on?"
that
And they're
guy.
like, "No, we're gonna cut you."
Actually, I want to say that guy's got a great chin.
He had fun. He's smiling.
Yeah, he better smile. He just got bitch slapped.
Look at Jay.
But he took a
didn't-
great shot. I want to say.
He
like,
says, "We'll be right back with no tomorrow night. We'll have Carrot down here." Fucking shit.
that was Salt and Pepper Jay.
Yeah.
Another guy took way too much shit.
Jay.
They gave him so much of a hard time. It's just like when Larry Holmes became the heavyweight champion of the world after Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Everybody hated Larry Holmes. When
Very
Jay Leno
true.
took over after Johnny Carson,
yeah,
there's a bunch of people.
He got a lot of grief for that.
no
which is-
reason.
No reason, because they
He's
would
a
put on great
super-
shows too.
Super nice guy. to
The writing was
everybody.
great. The
Never a
shows were
dick.
great. No,
I
never.
always had a good time talking to him. He's always a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy, and like what he should have been doing all along is really what he's doing now. Is his car shows.
Right.
Because like that guy, if you talk to him about cars,
yeah, no,
he's so entertaining. He loves cars. Like
I know.
that, he loves them.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows more about cars probably than anybody I've ever met
yeah.
in my life. He's got an insane collection, and he likes everything.
You know,
he
yeah,
likes
he's
old Datsuns.
anything. He's got a
and-
fire truck.
Yep. He's
a
just
jet bike.
a genuine fan of automobiles, and the way he talks about it is so entertaining.
Yep. No.
Because that's really what he wants to do.
And he's
The-
also crazy, right? Because he's unstoppable. So he fell off that cliff or whatever the fuck it was, right? You heard about this.
yeah. What happened to him?
I just talked to him in Vegas. He went and saw him, and I said, "How you doing?" He goes, I said, well, "You could still see like a, it was a little bit of bruising because it was about 2 weeks after he'd had the fall."
Oh Jesus! He was out and about 2 weeks later.
What do you mean? He did the show that night.
What?
Yes, he fell.
Did he get a concussion?
He said how he says there was a Golden Corral next to the La Quinta. I'm like, I said, first thing I said to him, I said, "Are you okay?" I said, "My question, what the fuck are you staying at La Quinta?" And he goes, we all can't have to stay the Fourth in the end. I said, "No, but really, what happened?" He said,
He
"I just
doesn't
went out to La
spend
Quinta."
any of
No.
his money.
He walked out of the La Quinta, and it was a little hill, like not even like a
He
hill.
went hiking
He went hiking.
with like slippery shoes on, probably.
He said, the Golden Corral.
He's
Go-
probably
go
wearing
give me-
dress shoes.
I'm going to go corral. Right. And his denim. And so he went, he just, it was a little deeper than he thought. And he slipped, fell, and hit his eye, right in that thing where it's bad. So he went got his Golden Corral. You Jay Leno, steak and a thing. Got his food, went to the club, and went on stage, bleeding.
That's so crazy.
And I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "What do you mean?"
The show must go on.
He says, "I just held the mic with his hand. So how about married guy? That married guy in the crowd?" And I'm like, it's just amazing to me.
He
if
told-
I chipped my nail, I'd cancel.
He told this insane story rather, of a show that he had to do with a priest and a mob guy, where the mob guy was yelling at the priest and swearing, and Jay's like yelling and swearing, like doing the same, like saying what the mob guy said. I was like, seeing Jay Leno talk like that was like, what?
Right.
The Tonight Show guy?
Right.
I can't believe he's talking like that. This
you
is
can't
insane.
see him say, "Dang, dang."
Dang it. What are you going to do?
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. He was doing this like super hyper violent Italian mob guy, like screaming obscenities at this priest, and Jay Leno's yelling it out. It's a fucking amazing story.
And was it a show?
Yeah, it was a show that he was doing, like, before he made it. It was like back in the day. He did some sort of a show where, I think it was like a benefit or something like that, where there was a priest involved, and then the mob guy got mad at the priest and was yelling at him. It's a fucking hilarious story. But that guy doesn't spend any of his Tonight Show money.
Yeah.
He lives all entirely off his stand-up money,
Stand-up, yep.
which is crazy.
Right.
So he's just stockpiling it all at the La Quinta Inn.
La Quinta, that's right.
Like, someone needs to tell him, like, money's fun coupons. You shouldn't be just squirreling it away.
Have fun with them.
But people that started out poor, which is like basically most comics, once you start making money, it's hard to believe that you're ever going to keep making money. You start panicking. You're like, oh my God, I got to save this.
Yeah.
I got to save it.
Yep.
And then if you carry that into your 70s and 80s, somebody should sit you down and have a talk with you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm your financial advisor, and now's the time to go crazy.
Yeah, you're
Okay?
you're good
You
now.
should be looking into
You're good.
cocaine.
You should be.
You should probably buy more cars. Like, let's spend some of
Listen,
this
as your,
shit.
as your final advice, I think you
Yeah.
should start spending shit.
As your advisor,
Let's find a drug
you need to
habit.
buy
Let's get
some
you in a drug
ridiculous
habit. Let's
shit.
get you in a nice car.
Yeah, let's do something. You need to start buying stuff. You should have way more cars.
That's great. You're right. A certain
Like, what are you
age.
saving up for, bro? This is the end
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
This is it. This
Yeah,
is
because
it.
I don't. Yeah, I don't family. You know that it's like I know a lot of people that have a lot of kids and a lot of that you save up for them, but
But even
don't-
them, like, giving
Yeah, even
kids
them,
like
I
a
know,
ton
yeah.
of money.
Yeah.
Giving kids a ton of money is not necessarily good for them.
No.
Like, if you look historically at people that got trust funds, it's a weird road to go down and not have any ambition or not have to
yeah,
have any
no.
ambition.
No.
Maybe you do have it like inherently, but for a lot of them, it's like they don't have to make it. They don't have, and I think that's unfortunately in this society that we live in, that doesn't seem to work. Like in this society, it's very difficult to not be self-sustainable, not be able to take care of yourself. And if you can't take care of yourself, you got to kind of learn how to do it. You can't just be constantly relying on other people because I think it hinders your growth as a person.
well, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
it like fucks with you. Like every guy that I've ever met that comes from a family that like gives them not every guy, but a lot of guys that I've met that come. I've met some cool ones. They come from a family with a lot of money and they've never had to worry and they have trust funds and they never really have had a job. They're all weird.
Yep.
They're all weird. It's like cement that didn't get the amount of water that it needs when
Right.
you're mixing
Good
it. It's
analogy.
always like weird.
Yep. It
It's-
seems
it's a
like
weird
everyone
element.
I know too, every comic or artist, whatever, everyone, they're all their stories are the same. That they came from nothing, and that's if you think about it, almost every comic and artist I know, they didn't have money, they had nothing.
Yeah, but it's not mutually exclusive.
no, right.
Right? It's not. There are people that have come from great families and great
money,
backgrounds
and
that just
still
happen
gone
to be
on
funny.
Right.
It's a weird thing, man. Like talent is an odd thing. Really is. A very weird thing. Like there's certain universal truths. Like you're gonna find more talent probably in harder communities. Like you're gonna have better rock and roll in like the dingy fucking outskirts of town. Like those guys are gonna be Nirvana, right?
But I love hearing like a Billy Joel story where you can relate to it. Like, you know, I started cutting lawns at 8 years old. I'm like, I started cutting lawns at 8 years old. You know, I literally, and you know, nowadays kids don't do anything.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I did that. I
Billy Joel was a
cleaned
boxer.
office buildings and I did everything. You know, mowed
you know he was a
lawns,
boxer?
He was a boxer.
Yeah, Billy Joel was a boxer. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know how many fights that he had. I think he lost.
Are you being funny? Really?
No,
Billy
no, no.
Joel was a boxer?
Billy Joel was a boxer.
Wow,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think he was good. I think he was pretty good. I mean, I think it was like good amateur level. 22 and 2.
Really?
Bro.
Gosh, how I didn't know that.
Was that professional? Golden Gloves. So amateur level. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah,
Wow.
legit boxer.
I just know that
How
he was
about that?
did not know that. No.
He's a guy whose music changed radically.
Oh,
Like if you go back and listen to Captain Jack,
Yep.
it like from Captain Jack to Uptown Girls, like
Oh,
you know,
right.
It's like it's great music. It was a huge hit, but it's a different vibe.
Sure,
It's like
sure,
a guy who's in
sure.
love now, and he's got a
Sure.
supermodel for a wife, and he's worth $1 billion.
Right, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Captain
Yeah,
Jack
yeah.
was his gritty Long
No,
Island
absolutely.
story.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck, that's a good
No,
song.
it's a great song. But
Bro.
you're right. You can see it, you know, how their life changes and their music changes. So, like you said,
Yeah.
now he's got a uptown girl.
Yeah.
Got money. I got a, you know.
You ever heard the song Billy the Kid?
Yeah.
He's got some great fucking songs.
Well, the one that I did special I just saw was
Wasn't it Billy the Kid? Is that the name of that song? It's a great
one that got
I
me
haven't
on the
listened to it
special was the
forever.
Entertainer. I thought that was interesting because it was ripping on.
Yeah.
It was ripping on show business.
Yeah, the Ballad,
Ballad
of Billy the Kid.
Kid.
That is a great fucking song. My parents had that album on vinyl when I was a kid. I listened to what year was that? 73, son. I listened to that and I was like, this is an archaeological dig, you know? You're like going to like the beginnings of certain genres of music and certain kinds of music. And back then, that's how you got it. You heard it on the radio, and you went out and bought an album, and you sat there.
And looked at it, and looked at the
needle
artwork.
Goes over the thing.
You read the paper, and
Yeah, weird.
But the entertainment one was interesting because the record label had asked him to come up with a hit.
That's why he wrote it that way?
No, I don't know. It was just on I just watched. I remember exactly how it went down, but he said, "Yeah, they were saying they need to hit off this album and to make this big hit." So he wrote that, and when he played it to them, they're like, "Fuck you, we're getting rid of you." So they got rid of him. The label dropped him because it's all about that. And they get the money, then they take all your money, and where they don't care about you. And I'm like, that's ballsy, right? They want to hit, and you basically say how much, like the Luxor says, 20 years. Could you do something special for me? And I have this big roast and how horrible the Luxor is and how much they, it just shit. They're like, what?
That is
It was
funny.
a real album, like a real song, and they were like, no, you're done.
They should have just took it on the chin. Look, the guy became huge after that. Stupid.
That we'll see.
You fucking dumbasses. You got rid of him.
Now they say that.
You got rid of him. He sold 1 billion albums.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got some great just the piano man. The piano man
alone.
Great.
That one song alone is right.
Oh, how about Scenes from an Italian Restaurant?
All right.
Oh my God,
Great.
That is a fantastic song, and it's a story. It's a story of people's lives, and it's relatable. It's like it's real. It's raw. It's again, it's like a window into
a bottle of red, right? Bottle of no, and I always used to make a joke about that in my show. A bottle of red, and it says bottles of white. So apparently he didn't like red as much as whites. He has plural in the. He said bottle of red, bottles of white.
Does he say that?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, he must have he liked more white wine than. That's how I pick up shit. Like,
are you sure that's the lyrics, or did you just say
no?
that for the song?
I think it's
the joke?
No. I think it says bottle of red. Bottles of what? You got to look it up.
I thought you said a bottle of white. Whatever kind of mood you're in tonight.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Meet you anytime you want.
Yeah,
at
I knew
our
that,
Italian
but I
restaurant.
thought maybe I could be wrong. Fuck.
No, that is a great fucking song. That's a great song.
Bottle of red.
It's just bottle of whites. You're right. A bottle of whites. Interesting.
See, I knew it was
but
something
it's still
odd.
a bottle.
It's a bottles of white, right? So
that's a weird way to write. A bottle of whites.
It's wine, so it could be multiple kinds of white wine in one bottle.
Look at Jamie getting technical with us.
I used to serve that shit.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is,
So a blend would be
it'd
a bottle
white
of
blend,
whites.
yeah,
so I was
Chardonnay
onto
or
something there, right? Because I
Yeah.
used to sing it and go, "Why is he saying that?"
Isn't that funny that some people don't like their grapes mixed? Don't you dare serve me a blend. Some people don't want a blend. Is that a blend of a Cabernet and a Merlot? Are you fucking high?
That's
serve
crazy.
me a goddamn blend.
I don't
I
want
want
to
a
blend. I don't
straight
want a fucking blend.
Chardonnay. How weird are people?
I'm going to give you a little bit of this bird and a little bit of that bird. Okay,
Yeah,
fuck
people
off.
are so weird.
It's a blend.
People that like get super down with
Oh,
wine.
yeah. Oh,
I got a buddy who's a legit wine
Yeah.
connoisseur.
What was
My
the-
buddy Matt. So I could call him up out of nowhere. Like I'd be at a restaurant and I'd send him a picture of the wine list. Tell me what to get. And he'd like look at it for like 3 seconds. And you're like, this
Yeah,
is great. What are you guys eating? Steak?
Cake bread.
Get
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And he would tell you how to do it. But he got scammed. Well, he didn't get scammed, but there was a guy that he was friends with that was a gigantic scammer. And I don't think this guy ever got him. But what this guy was doing was they were all these wine connoisseurs, and this guy was selling really rare wine that was counterfeit. It was fake. So he had infiltrated this thing, this like wine group, and he was a con man. And
Yeah.
what he was doing was taking a bunch of different wines and mixing them and then trying to sell it as this like 1970 impossible bottle from Bordeaux.
Right.
And so he would age the paper on the bottles and shit. And and they raided his house. They found empty bottles everywhere. And he was taking labels off of things and copying them and printing them. And
I have that with lube. I do.
you got to get the real stuff. It's hard. You got to get it from Portugal.
They raid my house. Jesus Christ.
But this documentary
that?
highlighted, in my eyes, at least for some of those people, that it's kind of bullshit. Like all this, you think you know the difference between
Right, sure.
really good old wine,
Yep.
but this guy just tricked you.
Yeah.
and he tricked a lot of them. A couple guys he didn't trick. There was one guy in particular. The guy was like, "This is trash."
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, the one guy was like, "This is trash," but the other guy was just raving about it. And all of a sudden, his opinion he questioned, like, "What? I just thought this was great. I thought it was great." He's like, "No, that's just terrible. Terrible piss. This is skunk piss." Like, it was weird. It was,
That's crazy.
But it's
what
like,
was the wine movie what was the wine?
Well, this was a wine documentary.
No,
called
I'm trying to
Sour
think of the guy
Grapes.
who said no more fucking Merlot. What was that?
Oh
one?
yes, that
Great.
one. What was that?
Sideways.
That's right. That's right.
That guy came
I'm
to my
not
show.
drinking fucking Merlot.
That guy came to my show. He's a brilliantly nice, sweet guy. Like,
Oh, that's awesome.
Great guy. Just like in the movie. Just so nice. And he came with Kieran Culkin, Macaulay Culkin's brother.
He's great in Succession.
Great. They were filming a Audi commercial or something.
What's that guy's name again?
Yeah,
Yes,
Paul Giamatti.
Paul
He's
Giamatti.
so nice. He came back.
He's amazing in everything.
I said, could you they want a drink? And we want a drink, and they're like, yeah, I'll take whatever you got. I said, we have a whole bar. I said, you want a Merlot? I'm gonna have a Merlot. And just his face, he was so funny. He's like, are you, like, I just said it, but I didn't say it like I was trying to be funny. I said, we have this, we have Merlot, and he's like, I said, oh, I'm just fucking. He said, no, and then so we did a video together. I said, I'm trying to think if I find somebody I could share a Merlot with. And he pans over to him. He's like, not in fucking hell. He's such a great guy. They say
He was great in that Howard Stern movie.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, Private Parts.
NBC.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he was really good in that. I'm saying it, WNBC. No, WNBC.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. On top of that, great guy.
Merlot
Yeah,
got
no
a bad
more
name after that
fucking Merlot.
movie. If I was in the Merlot business, I would have been furious.
Yes, no doubt.
These motherfuckers,
Yeah.
they're downplaying Merlot.
Yeah.
I always liked Merlot, and then all of a sudden I had a shady opinion of it.
Yeah. Well, they did that with me on South Park. It said that I was junk. I'm like, fuck. It was,
Did they? They
No,
gotcha?
in a roundabout way.
South Park.
Everyone's parodied me, and it's always been something stupid. Like,
It's just
I was
amazing
in an
how
Indian
long...
casino, and it said like Carrot Scalp. Tonight playing at the show.
Who says that?
It's like it was in like Simpsons or Family Guy.
Just for jokes.
Just for jokes.
South Park has been around longer than anything
my God.
ever that's still good.
Yeah.
Like, how do they do it?
I don't know. Brilliant.
It's just weird that they're still so on top of it. They're so driven to like still push the boundaries and make it really funny.
Yeah.
And it's been going on since.
I was saying, my
shit.
God, how many years?
Like the first video I think was 95 or 96 or something like that. The one that they were passing around, the VHS one with Brian Boitano.
Yeah.
What year was that? I think it was 95 or 96. Because I remember people on news radio were passing it around. And we were like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. 95. Yeah. Everybody was passing around. We're like, this is insanity.
Insane.
This is so insane.
So
like,
good.
And I don't think it had a home yet. I don't think it was on Comedy Central yet.
The first one they made was in '92.
Whoa. Which one was that?
95.
Which one was that?
Trying to see which it says.
Which is the Brian Boitano? Which would Brian Boitano do?
Oh, that was in an episode.
That's what everybody would say. We would be walking around the news radio set going, what would Brian Boitano do? And it's fucking Jesus is there. And it's so ridiculous.
That was actually in their first movie in '99, which that came quick.
The Brian Boitano thing was?
Yeah, that was in the movie. South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So what was the 95 one or the 94 one?
So they made fun of Brian Boitano in The Spirit of Christmas.
So that came out in 99? So I wasn't, that was like the last year of news radio. I don't even know if I have a false memory now. Huh. What,
And that was the one that was Jesus versus Santa fighting.
that's the ninth, that's the first one.
Yeah.
There's no Brian Boitano in that one?
He says, what would Brian Boitano do in that? But that's not, the song isn't until later.
Oh, right. But that's
So
what
says
when he
the-
says
he
it.
says
Okay.
the line
I
itself.
thought it was
That's
going
just
crazy.
hilarious still.
I thought I had a fake memory.
It says, yeah, Stan Marsh says to Cartman, what would Brian Boitano do as Jesus battles Santa?
That's right. Okay. You had me thinking I was crazy.
Oh, the song was way bigger than...
Right. But the show went where he says it. It was on the show. So that was the verse. I was like, am I losing my fucking mind? Like, no, I know it was on the first one. But it was just so groundbreaking, and the brilliance of it was that you don't have to have it look realistic, so you can get away with so much more. Like when he stuffs what's her face up his ass. Who did he?
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton. No, right. When he had a slut off and stuffs Paris Hilton up his ass, it's like you can do that if it doesn't look real.
Right.
Like if it's like super realistic and 3D, you can't do that. It has to look like South Park.
Yeah.
They can get away with so much. They can kill kids. They kill Kenny every week. Nobody complains.
Yep.
Poor fucker dies every week. It's like, imagine if this is like a graphic 3D video, that looks hyper realistic.
Crazy.
You can't do it. It has to look like complete nonsense, and then we'll let you get away with almost anything.
Right. That's probably how they sold it that way.
Well, if you think about
how they bought it that way.
There's like levels of realism that will allow you to get away with more if it's like less realistic, right?
Right.
Like that's why we used to allow like Roadrunner. Like and Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner would like drop dynamite on him.
Right, and blow it up.
Shit was always happening.
Yep.
He was always getting fucked up. That was okay because it was cartoons.
Right.
Right. But you couldn't have blood. Like blood all over the place.
No.
But if you make them look so goofy that their head's just a big circle,
right.
and they have like a little stick on,
right.
then you can have blood all over the place and nobody complains.
Exactly.
Weird, right? It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like the less realistic, but we know what it is. They killed a kid.
Right.
We're like, well, you killed Kenny, you bastards. And no one has a problem with it.
No.
Which is because it's unrealistic. It's kind of weird, right?
I think it's exactly how you put it.
It's kind of weird.
Unrealistic.
It's a
makes
perfect
it
cheat
okay.
code. It makes everything more funny because you never feel guilty laughing, no matter what. When Cartman was in bed with Saddam Hussein, or when Satan rather was in bed, not Cartman. There's just so many scenes where you're like, there's no way to do this unless you have cartoons. It's brilliant because you wouldn't never be able to get away with it.
No.
Like the one when they skirted around drawing Muhammad. They kind of skirted around. They never drew him. Right. They like drew that. There's like there's a truck and he's inside the truck in a bear suit.
Yeah.
Like, you can do things in cartoons that you just can't do in any other realm. It's a perfect medium for comedy, and you can keep the kids young forever.
Right.
They're always going to be in high school. Like nobody questions the fact they've been in high school for 40 years.
Right. No.
It's just they're in high school. That's how it goes.
That's true.
They don't have to grow up. Shut the fuck up. Why do they have to grow up?
See if they what if they did make a cartoon where they aged?
Ugh.
Wouldn't they funny? They're like,
don't
God
wanna see
damn.
that.
No, but you want to see them. They always look good.
It'll be sad.
Yeah.
Cartman will be a fucking loser
They're
in
all
a trailer
old and-
park.
yeah.
It's fun when he's the way he is now,
right,
and he's like a little kid.
right.
It's
still,
fun.
they're still.
I like throwing hissy fits. It's fun because he's still a little kid. You don't want to. There's certain people you don't want to see them when they get full grown, or when they're over the other side of it.
Right.
When the wheels start falling off.
Yeah. That's what I mean, though. For their end episode, they should do it.
Yes.
When it's all done, this is the final. They're all aged, and he doesn't have the voice quite still.
What they should do is do a 3D, like hyper realistic version of the show. Like just do it all through AI.
Yeah.
For the last episode, and just have it the most violent, most ridiculous, and see how people deal with it. You're like, bro, this is exactly what we've been showing you for 40 years.
That will be it.
They wouldn't be allowed to.
Coffee?
Yeah, have some, Big Daddy.
I like coffee. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Cheers, sir.
All right. Cheers to you. Bomb. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Kill Tony too. That's going to be really fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Last time I did it once.
Did you do it at the club or did you do it at a big place?
At the club.
At the club. Nice. Yeah.
It was fun and it was loud and intimate and it was just I told him before I did, I said I'm not into critiquing people because I've been shit on my whole career. I don't want to tell these comics what they're doing right or wrong. Coming from me, he said no, that's not how it works. You just play, you just be you, just be yourself, and it was great because I could just. If there was something specific that I thought was kind of wrong or off, I could say it in a very nice way. But most of them they're good. These guys come out, they got their minutes, they pop them out. Of course, you'd see a couple, right? The first 10 seconds in, you're like, okay, it's already not funny, or they're just so nervous. They're just you can see the mic shaking, But some would have really quality written jokes.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of funny people out there. And there's also, because of Kill Tony, people realize that if they can put together a minute, it can change their whole fucking life.
Yeah.
Your whole fucking life. Look at Cam Patterson, just got on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I mean, look at these guys. They're killing it.
Unbelievable.
William Montgomery's killing it.
There was a couple there out that night that they were really good.
Yeah.
And I think Tony tapped me onto the chair at one point. This next guy, he came out and I was like, holy shit, he was solid.
Yeah, Ari Matty's killing it.
Already
because
polished.
There's a lot of these guys that do that show. They do 1 minute and then they go, we'd love to have you back. And then they come back, they do another minute. The crowd remembers them from the old show. All of a sudden they have like 25,000 Instagram followers. Then it's 100. Then it's 150. Like these things start rolling. It's like, oh, you have a real pathway. Yeah. If you work hard. If you really fucking focus and really dial it in, really work on your material, do as many sets around town as you can, you might be able to do this for a living. And if you can, it's the greatest fucking job in the world. So
there's already a couple that I've been watching. They're
There's more now than ever before. It used to be, it was like there was a bunch of like bad people, and every now and then someone would come on with promise. Now it seems to me to be more slanted towards people that are good.
Yeah.
It's like a high level, or high percentage rather, of people that
the
are
night that I was
good.
there, they were really good.
Yeah. A lot of them really good. And it's, again, there's a pathway. And
there was one that came out and I said, and it was kind of funny how the microphone was up high because the guy before him was like 6'5" or something. This guy comes out, he's like 4 feet. So it's already funny because they bring him out and he goes to grab the mic and he takes it and puts it behind him and takes the mic and goes into his bed. And I'm like, so it got all done. He said, I said, that was great. I said, the only thing I would have done in the beginning, you already had a laugh. The microphone was, so reference it, at least reference it. You don't have to do a thing. He goes, yeah, well, that'd be a prop. And I said, no, it's already a fucking prop. It's not, you didn't bring it. You didn't make it. It's there. It's a prop that's usable. Every comic uses it for the, everything from a guitar to for change on the beach. Every comic has done that. Yeah. Everybody. So I said, no, you don't have to make a prop joke. I said, just reference it. You should at least referenced it like this is already not going well, something. And because the crowd was waiting for something and he didn't do it. And then after the show, he said, I'm going to use that. That's good. I said, well, you have to follow a tall guy every time for it to work.
Yeah, don't
he says,
set the microphone really high for my first joke.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It only worked because it was improv. It happened.
Right.
And then he goes, and I told him that. I said, you don't do it unless it happens. You don't want to have it set that way, right? Then it's dumb.
Well, I think for some people, they don't know how to start, and they're doing something like that. And it's
the starting is hard for everybody.
It's not just that. It's like this overwhelming anxiety. You have 1 minute. And you can't believe you're on a stage in front of this. Like a lot of them, it's their first show. Some of them, first show, Madison Square Garden.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Imagine first time on stage.
No.
Madison Square Garden, and you're bombing.
Oh, man. I didn't know they. So they
people.
do it. They do that same format with the Madison Square Garden.
And it's 100% random. People have tried to get people on, and Tony won't do it. He's like, no. That's not how it works. No, what we do is everybody just signs up, and I reach into that bucket and I pull out names, and you can't rig it. You can't rig it. And so,
well, I knew that part of it, but I didn't know they did it in Madison Square Garden.
They do it that way everywhere in Madison Square. Well, one thing they do in Madison Square Garden is they have like a legends bucket. So they have a bunch of people backstage, like Jim Norton, Big J Okerson. A lot of people did it when I was there. David Tell. And then they'll pull it out, and then David Tell will come up and do a minute of stand-up, and everybody goes crazy. Or do 5 minutes or whatever. But he makes it so that even if someone is terrible for the first time, it's only a minute. And then you have Shane Gillis and whoever else is next to him making fun of it for the next 15, 20 minutes. It's going to be fucking hilarious. And it's also, you get to see like, oh, this is a crazy thing to do. Like this idea, you're just going to stand up in front of people and talk, and hopefully it'll be entertaining.
Yeah. Right.
Great. And sometimes it just goes horribly wrong. And everybody's like, boo. You're like, ah!
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. And that's, yeah. The night I was there, everyone was pretty cordial, but I could see it going down.
Bro, those New Yorkers don't fuck around, man.
Yeah,
If you start bombing a little bit, they smell blood.
Yeah. No. I did my very first time ever in New York City. It was at Catch a Rising Star. It was, old school club. I go there and it was pouring down rain or snowing, sleety snow rain. I remember I took my trunk in a taxi and I've never been to New York City in a club, and I go in, there's like 8 people, and oh fuck, and so the guy's like, what do you bring me up? And I wheel my shit up. I go. It's not even bombing. It's worse than bombing. It's just like never have nothing from a laugh. Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm doing like my A shit, literally. I promise, swear to God. I mean, I've got like the ice tray with the level, so you don't put and it kills everywhere. Nothing, fucking nothing. And I just go, all right. I think my opening line was I have more props than people, which I did. So that got a little laugh, but not even, right? I said, gee, I've got more props than fucking people here. Nothing. I get done. I didn't even know what to do. I'm shaking so bad. And they said, just, there was no comic. So I just went, all right, enjoy the next comic. And I put I had my own mic on a thing because I had that. Anyway, I'm like, just tearful walking. I was going to leave this shit. I'm going to get out of business, right? Am I going to go into comedy? This guy walks by. He goes, no, leave your shit there. It's good. And he goes up and he, like you said, murders, just absolutely murders. 8 people. It was like a stadium of people laughing. And I'm like watching this. I'm like, holy fuck. It was Dennis Leary. Oh. And I mean leveled 8 people. I couldn't believe it. And I walked off. And we walked off, and he said, hey, man. I said, that was unbelievable. He goes, no, your shit's fucking amazing. But the thing with he was serious. He said that, whatever, cowboy boot with the kickstand, fuck, that's great. Whatever it was I was doing. And I'm like, was he like fucking with me? Because I ate shit, and he was just, no. But I've never gotten to tell him that again. If Dennis Leary watches this show, that was the most coolest thing a comic ever did to me. Just gave me a big hug. He said, you were fucking great. That crowd sucked. I said, the crowd didn't suck. You just murdered them. They didn't like me.
Well, it's a small sample group.
He said, you were great. You were
8
great.
people. You're bombing in front of 8 people.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to bomb in front of 8 people.
It was horrible.
It happens. That was one of the great things about the store is that you would get those 8 people crowd sometimes. The early days of the store, you would go up, if you got like an 11:30 spot on a Tuesday night, you might go up in front of 8 people. It can happen.
Yeah.
Because you probably won't really get on at 11:30 because a bunch of people stop in and do sets. So by the time you get up, it's probably like closer to 1.
I've been there.
Yeah. But those shows show you what's bullshit.
Yeah.
They show you, there's something about a small crowd shows you what you're saying is nonsense. Like sometimes you have to like figure it out. You have to, and the brutal thing about comedy is you kind of really have to figure it out in front of people with the openness of failing, right? Like, here's the thing. It's like, one of the things about jiu-jitsu, when you learn jiu-jitsu, it's really important to not be afraid to tap. Because if you can just open your game up and not be afraid to tap, you can learn more. Because you don't do it tense, and you do it more playfully, and it doesn't mean as much to you when you get tapped. It sounds totally counterintuitive, but if you can just relax and not use your ego, not try to win every session, just try to figure out why you're getting caught and figure out how to avoid it, but don't be worried about tapping. Just tap whenever you get caught, and then just let your ego deal with it, and then learn and move on. But you have to experience that. You have to get tapped. You have to get dominated. Like, you have to figure out like what's good and what's bad. Huh. And I think that's the same thing kind of, there's an element of that in comedy too. You got to like possibly fail with this idea.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to throw this out. This is half cooked. This is a weird idea that I have. I'm like, am I crazy? Like, do you think, is this where we're going as a society? Is this where we're going as human beings? And there's something there, and I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
But I got to risk not finding it. That's the only way you find it. Because there's writing on stage that you only get. There's certain lines that only come to you when you're willing to step out on stage. But you might fucking bomb. Yeah. You might eat shit. You might have to transfer out of that. It's like you have to. It's a balancing act. This bit might not work at all, and then you might have to immediately figure out how to segue into something guaranteed so you can get them back.
Oh yeah, I do the same. Absolutely. But all my shit I think is full cooked. I think I'm out there. This is good. This has been marinating for a while, and then when I eat shit, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That was a good bit. Damn it.
For me, it's...
Or one night it works right, and then the next night, I just did a joke last night that they killed the night before, nothing, crickets. I'm like, what was the same fucking...
Do you say it the same way? Do you record yourself?
Yeah, I never listened to it, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man.
I said it a little differently.
I've fucked up before when I didn't realize I fucked up, and I said something wrong, and I didn't realize I said it wrong until I listened to the recording. I'm like, oh, I couldn't... Because I'll fuck words up sometimes.
Sure.
And just like I talk too much. You know, I really do. I talk way, way too much. So my brain is just like on autopilot talking sometimes. And
well, I know it's different if I don't say it right. I'm saying if I say it the same one night, it gets a great laugh. Some next night it doesn't. I'm like, I didn't do anything different.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying is like you got to listen to it. You got to listen to it to really hear, because there's a lot of times where you'll say something just slightly different, and that slightly different makes all the fucking...
Well, but then I had one. This is one last one. It's a brand new joke. There's a big billboard in Vegas, and it's for the Sahara pool, and it's got this beautiful woman on it. This big, beautiful hot chick, and it says, "Meet me at the pool." So I put it up on the big screen. I said, "This is my favorite billboard. Look at this. Look at meet me at the pool. This hot girl." And I said, then you get there, and it changes to a big gay pool party. It was like 75,000 dudes, and it's a great picture. So I did it last night. Got a laugh, but not like it should have gotten more, because it's like, I mean, then you get there, and you're like, Ava? Ava? Have you seen? You know, she was here earlier. She's probably buried under all that cock or something. Last night, it just killed. I mean, almost for a minute, they're still laughing and applauding. I'm like, I didn't do anything different. It was just the mood of that audience.
That does happen too. Maybe it was like you were doing better before that, so you had more momentum.
Maybe.
Yeah, sometimes that.
I'm just flat. I don't have any momentum.
You had some momentum.
I just go
fuck
like
up.
that.
I've seen your show. Your show in Luxor was really fun.
Okay.
I saw it. God, it's been a few years. I got to check it out now. But I've had a bunch of my friends come to Vegas and see your show. It's very fun.
It's fun. Thank you. On Tuesdays I do it in Spanish. It's actually.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, it's great.
You speak Spanish? How dare you, son of a bitch!
It'd be great though to
that.
do a top Tuesday night. It's Spanish night. I come like, hey, Sonorio.
Tom Segura, who looks totally white, speaks fluent Spanish and does stand up in Spanish. Yeah, so he'll.
I'm going to
do
see
like a
him.
tour.
I'm going to see him.
How many dates did he do? Where he did? You're going to do your mom's house? You
Yeah.
do his podcast. Awesome. Or Two Bears, One Cave. Which one are you doing?
I'm doing with his
him
wife.
And Bert? Oh yeah, that's your mom's house.
Yeah,
they're both real fun.
Yeah.
Bert's a great example. Bert's a great example of what we were talking about. One time we were at the Improv, and Bert did this new joke. The first set, it fucking killed. And the second set, it didn't do nearly as well, and he was confused. And I had seen both sets. And I said, oh, no, it's because in the first set, you said, like, he was at the, he was at the supermarket. I know this is already on a special or something. Or I wouldn't say it. It was like he was at the supermarket, and he was standing there talking to his wife. He's like, God, it's so cold in here. And she looks at him, and she goes, you are so fat. And he's like, what? She goes, your dick is hanging out. Like, he didn't realize that his fly was open. He goes raw dog everywhere. He goes raw dog. He's got no underwear on, and his zipper's undone. It's like, but the joke was the way it was, like, she had said it that way.
Right.
Like, you are so fat. Like, you can't see your dick. So it's like, the first show, he nailed it. He nailed the cadence. But in the second show, like, something was off, and he forgot to say one part of it.
Right.
But I had remembered it from the first show. Like, it's weird, you know. You gotta listen. You gotta listen because it's painful. You hate listening to your own voice. It's gross. You already know the jokes. You're like, shut up already. Shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of listening to you talk. But you have to listen to it because if you don't, you're not gonna figure out how to do it the best way you can.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I think that's a great.
But there's a lot of people funnier than me that don't do it that way.
I rarely ever want to see myself again.
Yeah. Everybody's got their own process.
Now, you know, this whole...
I know some guys who are really funny that don't record any of their shows, and they don't write at all. They just go up a lot, and they have ideas, and they work them out on stage. And they're really, really funny.
Yeah.
You know?
I am kind of in that with more of my stand-up than the prop shit I build. But the stand-up, I kind of I have like a little bullet point. I don't write it out.
When you do prop stuff, like, how do you even come up with ideas? Like, what do you like sit down with like a whiteboard and go, what can we do with?
No, I've never written. I've never sat down and said I'm going to write today.
So how do the gags like come to you?
They come just like a lot of them happen by just in a conversation or a story or something. Sometimes I'll see a prop or a prop meaning it's not a prop yet. It's just a thing. Toilet seat, right. Or I'll see a thing and I'll go, there's something funny about that, you know, and I think about it and then I go, oh, I was at a Home Depot. I mean, I made this like yesterday. I haven't even done it yet. I've never even tried this yet. I'm going to do it on Tony tonight. I've never done it ever, but I think it's funny. Guys get drunk and they punch walls all the time, right? Because I had a friend backstage. I said, what happened to your hand? He's like, oh, yeah, fuck. I said, what'd you do? He's like, I punched a wall. I said, you punched a wall? I'm like, who the fuck? And I just thought, I said, I thought this should be a stud finder, like, because he hit a stud. So I said, there should be a beer with a stud finder on it. So you can find out right before you're drunk. You fucking bitch. And yeah. So I made it. So it looks incredible, but it's so silly. But it will be a crowd pleaser because it goes beep 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 and you fucking bitch. You wait, fucking
yeah. If you
have to hesitate
spot,
to.
You can fuck your hand up.
But so that sometimes they're that way. Sometimes I just it'll come to me. I don't know. I was watching a cartoon I think years ago, and there was these paper cups and string in the telephone, and they were in a tree. Hey, Susie, and she goes, "What's going on, Bobby?" And I'm watching it, and I'm like, "This is an old version of the cups. We need a new version, right? Because that's just 2 cups." So I said, "We have to have another cup that comes out for call waiting." And it was like that was my free bird. I mean, I did that. I came up with it was my closing bit. You know, I'd hold someone in the front row. Hey, what's your name? And they go, "Hey," and I'd say, "You seem so close," you know, the strings, and she's holding it. And I, what's your name? And she say her name, and I say, hold on, I have another call. Hello? And I got to call you back. I'm talking to whoever she was, Tracy. And it would just murder because no one would expect, call waiting to come out. But it was, right when call waiting came out.
So you had a second cup.
And then I had 3 cups for conference calling that came out of that. So it was like boom, boom, conference calling. Then I'd throw it, I'd say call forwarding, and I'd throw it. And then I had a clear cup that was for caller ID. I said, I know you're there. Pick up. I can see you. So it was like a bam, 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 bam. A really good prop that turned into like a routine.
It would be funny if you tried to say those things today. People would be like, "What?"
No. That's why.
Isn't that weird?
That's not that long ago. That's a carrot classic. I call them ones that are like I do a thing sometimes in the show where I do carrot classics.
Yeah.
I said, this is stuff for people that grew up with me in the 90s. You'll remember some of these. And I do like the ice tray that has a level, and it's great. The biggest laugh comes when I go, half the crowd doesn't know what a fucking ice tray is. I mean, that gets the biggest laugh because no one has an ice tray. But the thing's still funny. They're like, oh, that's clever.
Don't people still have ice trays?
Well, if you live in like a trailer.
No, regular houses
like an ice tray.
Ice trays. Yeah, where you pour
they may have new
trays.
ones now with the big cube ones.
Yeah, if you don't want an ice machine in your refreezer thing,
well,
you can just.
So maybe that joke's still relevant.
I think it's normal. I have fucking ice trays.
I have ice trays too.
I use them sometimes. I think.
But see, when you go put it back in, you got to leave it.
Yeah. But there's certain things that people just like pagers. Make a pager joke today. They're like, what?
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I technological jokes, like if you think about like jokes about technology, when you date them, it's so weird. I used to have a joke about texting. I'm like, why are you making me read? I'm like, call me. You're on a phone. It's the best way to communicate.
Yeah.
Call me. Like, why are you making me fucking read? This is so
That's
weird.
so
I'm like, it
funny.
takes you 4 presses to get an S. Because that was back when people would send you a text message on a dial phone.
Right, what you had,
On a flip phone, rather.
Yeah, when you had to make a 7 upside down in a pager.
Yeah.
Hello?
It was the most annoying people that would want to text.
That's so great.
It's
Why
like,
are you
why
making? Why are we doing this?
This is so dumb. And I would just call them back. You couldn't text Joey Diaz. He would yell at you. It would fucking he'll text you now. But dude, for like 7, 8 years, Joey would fucking yell at you. Joey was the last one to get a cell phone. He had a pager.
I was the last one to get a phone, too. I didn't get one.
Joey had a pager until like the year 2000.
That's great. I was a little more than that.
He fucking kept that pager forever, man. And you'd have to call his fucking pager.
That's great.
He was a wild boy. He was fun. He was just such a fun dude. But if you did not call him, he would get angry. He goes, "I'm insecure. I want to hear your fucking voice, cocksucker. Why are you fucking leaving text messages? Making me fucking text you like a little girl. What are you doing?" Him and Red Band would get into it because Red Band loves texting. So Red Band was like one of the first guys to text. He would text you back in the days.
Yeah.
You know, when you have to press it 4 times to get an S.
It's crazy.
And then I remember people got those sidekicks. You remember You're the Coolest. You have a sidekick because it had a keyboard.
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And some of their sidekicks got hacked. Right? Didn't Paris Hilton again, didn't some cooter pictures pop up because her sidekick got hacked? Something along those lines?
Something like that. It was something.
Yeah,
It was probably from that.
Or something happened where people stole their sidekicks and got something happened. Wasn't there something about that? Some sort of a privacy concern with the sidekicks back in the day?
I mean, I don't know about. There's a group that claimed they broke in her sidekick.
Yeah. There was strategic releases of stuff back then, like when they would accidentally have a photographer looking at their vagina as they got out of a car. You don't notice that photographer on his knees with a camera pointing up.
Hilarious.
That's so crazy. Nobody has a camera pointing
so
up.
Weird.
Yeah, come on. That guy would go to jail. That's probably illegal.
Probably illegal.
And meanwhile, you don't have any underwear on. That seems crazy. Why do they have pictures of your pussy on the internet on purpose? Did you do that on purpose? You did, but it's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to market yourself and just get more popular so more people know your name, it worked.
Right.
We're talking about them right now.
Yeah.
But that was like a brief moment. People don't remember Pussygate. Because there was a time where these high-level celebrity-type people were accidentally showing their pussy.
Yep.
Whoopsies. Here's my pussy. It's just out there in the breeze. Just nothing but a curtain.
That's so weird.
Over raw pussy. Out there in the wild. At clubs, at fucking award shows. Wild pussy.
Now, see, I never say that word on stage ever.
Pussy? Because of Prince, out of respect.
Out of respect for Prince. That's great. No, I just never have. And I think it was last night. No, not last night. Night for last. I don't know what. The crowd was just, I don't know. They were crazy. And I don't know. Someone yelled something out. And I said, well, wait, I got. No, I said, I'm going to just do. I did a horrible It was a Bud Light bottle. Like one of those metal ones. Mm-hmm. And I had these legs put on it like that. And it's hilarious looking. I said, I made a Bud Light so guys will drink it again. It's just and the guy was like, someone yelled out, I don't get it. I said, it's pussy. Like, how do you not get the joke? It's 2 legs spread. The beer goes like this, and the legs go. I said, see, you're eating pussy, and it was just like the crowd was like, hey, Carrot Top can't say pussy. Like what? They just didn't. I said, no, it's okay. I said, no.
Are there kids in the crowd?
And don't say it again. No.
Don't say it again?
No, I said, no. So they're thinking, don't say it again. I said, no, pussy, you can say it. But I said, now that I've said that, though, we've topped it. I mean, right? You can't top, once you say pussy, you can't top it. So they're like, no, they laughed. I'm like, now fuck's nothing. I said pussy, so we've reached the plateau of raunchy. At the show, Carrot Top show, because it's more silly. I mean, there's an edge. There's an edge to it.
But you swear whenever you feel like it.
Yeah,
you just don't need to.
I don't need to. Yeah. But I do it for some parts that I don't need to. No, but I never say pussy.
Fun. Swearing's fun. People that don't want you to swear, that always makes me. That was like the Bill Cosby thing. He was always angry at people
Yeah,
swearing.
I remember that.
Remember?
Richard.
Yeah.
With
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. That was so
That's
great.
one of the greatest bits.
He says,
yeah. Do the people laugh?
Yeah.
Do you get paid? Tell Bill to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
That's great.
Because you can hear it in Pryor's voice.
No, yeah. Oh,
You know?
Great. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
He brilliant, right?
Yeah.
Rick Pryor.
Oh, my
Fucking
God.
Just brilliant.
Oh, my God. My parents took me to see him live in the Sunset Strip when it was in the movie theater.
man.
I was like 15, 16 years old. That's
great.
It was incredible. I couldn't believe how funny it was. I will never forget this. It was the first moment where I realized like what stand-up can do, because this guy was on stage and just talking. It was the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my life. Ever.
Yeah.
I thought about all the movies that I had seen that were really funny movies, and I was like, there's nothing that's this funny. And this guy's just talking.
Yeah.
I was looking around the theater. I'll never forget this, man. And there was people just going like this, just throwing their body up and down while they're laughing, holding their body. Like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Just dying laughing. I was like, this is incredible. He's just talking. It's incredible how funny this is.
Yeah, he was. That's a groundbreaking special.
Yeah, and when you're 15, you're like, no way.
And you're right.
This is insane.
Yeah, and you're right. And seeing people, like you said, physically
Dying.
laughing like
Falling
that,
down,
you don't see
dying.
that often.
Dying, like they couldn't handle it. Like
I
they
did
couldn't
I
breathe.
opened for Steve Harvey one time in Birmingham, Alabama, and I get there, I set up all my stuff, and I'd never met him. This is years and years ago. I had like a trunk, I didn't have. I had like 30 props, and a third of them were really good. I kind of just opened. I get there and I do the first thing, and and Steve says to me, "Hey, you ever worked a black crowd?" I was like, "No, I mean like all black crowd." I said, "No, I'm just performing in front of black people." He said, "No, all black crowd." I said, "Will it be all black?" He said, "Oh yeah, all black crowd." I didn't know they would go one way or the other. He just said, if they stand up and they start going, they're not leaving. They're standing up when they laugh. I was like, anyway, I go out there and I do okay for a bit. And then I did one. I don't know what it was, but they all got up and they were like, it looked like they were leaving, but that's how they were, like you said, they were just rejoicing. And they're like, ah. And I couldn't believe it. And I came off and he's like, nice set. And I'm like, that was so much fun. They were so into the show. And I said, I don't know how he's going to follow that, because I did really, I did really good.
It's his crowd.
I really did good. I thought to myself, he's not going to, that fucker, that guy, well, Steve is.
Sure.
I know it was his crowd, but paint was peeling off the club. It was so loud. It was so piercing loud in there. And that's another, again, I thought, I'm not in comedy. Whatever I'm in, I'm not in that.
When he did Kings of Comedy with Bernie Mac, that was like Bernie Mac in his prime.
Bernie Mac, brilliant.
Oh, my God.
Love Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac
Yeah,
was
he's great.
so funny. He was so powerful on stage. Just like, sometimes you see someone performing, just like,
No,
whoa.
yeah, everything. His eyes alone just his
just had
punchlines.
Charisma. Just
Yeah,
pop.
Yep.
Yeah, pop. He just was funny. There's some dudes that just know how to hit it just right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was that way.
Oh, my God. He was so funny. I mean, that whole era tour, it's kind of interesting that no one's done that since, right? There's been like the Kings of Comedy, and then there's Blue Collar.
Right.
There haven't been really a lot of those movie
No.
tours like that.
There hasn't been.
Because they were
Right.
tours and then they made films,
Right.
right? Kings of Comedy, how many films did they make? They made at least one, right?
Yeah.
How many
Kings of Comedy.
comedy specials did Kings of Comedy make? So then Blue Collar did a couple, right? 2, or how many did they do?
Oh,
They did
you mean
quite a
actual
few.
specials? Yeah, but they
Yeah,
toured
they
like crazy.
They toured like crazy, but they did specials, and they all went on to tour too.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been like
Yeah,
one
there
like
hasn't been, yeah,
that.
there hasn't been. You're right.
No, interesting. It's funny, but it's also like everybody's already touring. This is like there's more people doing arenas now than I think have ever.
I mean,
Not even
It's
close.
unbelievable.
It's weird. It's what we're talking
Joe,
about. It's
Joe
more
Coy
famous
came to
people.
my show about a month ago.
Joe Coy's killing it. He's always doing these
Well,
gigantic
he just
places.
said to me, he was just backstage with his family, and he said, just casually, he said, he said, "What are you doing on February or something?" I said, "I don't know, probably working." He goes, "I was going to have you come to SoFi," because I'm like, "Oh, what's going on at SoFi?" He's like, "Me." I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I said, "You? What are you going there for?" He's like, "Me, like to perform." It just blew me away. I'm like, "You're playing SoFi?" He's like,
Yeah, he's been doing arenas for
it's already sold out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's
so
been doing
casual. Yeah, come to SoFi. Like he's gonna go see the Stones. He's like, "No, I'm going to see me." I mean, fuck.
Nate Bargatze's another one like that. He's doing arenas everywhere, and he's just super normal, casual.
Yeah.
Hang out with him.
Stadium, football stadium.
Which one's doing the football stadium?
Joe Coy and Gabriel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great 1-2 combination.
March
Yeah.
26th.
That's a great one too. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Fluffy does L.A. by himself, right? Doesn't he do the Dodger Stadium by himself? Yeah, so
Insane.
Yeah, Fluffy is a giant following. I remember when we were at the Ice House, he had the record for the most amount of shows sold out in a row, and like they had a plaque on the wall. There, look at these guys. Holy shit. SoFi Stadium. God damn.
Jesus.
That's nuts. Yeah, man, they're killing it.
I'll be playing at Crackers on.
There's Shane Gillis is killing it like that. Tony's killing it like that.
Shane
It's
just
pretty.
did the Notre Dame Stadium last night.
Shane
or Saturday
did?
night.
Who
yeah.
did?
Shane
Oh
opened
my
up for
God.
Zach Bryan at Notre Dame
Oh
Stadium.
my God. Oh my God. That's incredible. That's incredible. Holy shit. Woo. It's fun time. Fun time for comedy. Bert's doing giant places. Segura's doing giant places. It's really wild. It's wild to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet him on Monday.
Which one?
Tuesday.
Which
Tom.
one? Tom.
Segura.
Oh, you never met him?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so.
You'll love him.
I
He's
don't
great.
know if I think I've met him or not. I don't know, but
He's like
found out I was gonna be
187
here.
pounds now.
Oh, really?
Dude, he was at the club. Did you see him?
I can just tell from the photos. He looks so skinny.
Dude, he looks great. He looks great. He was at the club the other night. I'm like, dude, you look fucking great. I go, what do you weigh? He goes, 187. He has been 187 since he was like in high school.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, but he's like healthy. He's not like Ozempic.
Yeah,
187.
that had a good joke. Gaffigan, he makes me laugh. He said, I want my meet and greet, and my fan said to me, "Oh, you look. Are you okay?" And I get that. Yeah, "Oh, I'm okay." "Yeah, you okay?" He says, "Yeah, I'm fine." "Why?" He says, "You look sick." He's like, No, I just lost weight." And she goes, "Oh, Ozempic?" He goes, "No, not Ozempic. I'm on the other one." On the other side. But it's like if you have muscles, you're on steroids. If you're skinny, you're on Ozempic. Can anyone be happy with anybody just looking good? You know?
No one. No one's happy with
God, you look good. What are you on? No, I'm not nothing.
The only time you're going to find people that are happy when you're doing good is if they're doing good. So if they're doing good, then they get to say, "Hey, Carrot Top, you're looking great, man. You're looking great," because they don't feel threatened.
Yeah, you look good.
So some people do. They feel threatened by other people doing well, and so they don't. They want Ozempic. Yeah,
like,
doing Ozempic.
I mean, I would die if I took a.
There's no fucking way that guy has the willpower to lose that weight.
Right? Yeah,
he's a pussy.
right.
And then they feel better. They feel better about themselves.
Yeah,
because their life sucks.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's a lot of
No.
people. That's a giant chunk of the population.
It's a lot.
That's why
I
you're
just
not
find
supposed
that,
to read
it's
social
always
media
funny.
comments.
I hear my friends say, I'm like, "Yeah, look at her. Yeah, she's got to be on." I said, maybe she's just taking care of herself. Maybe she's eating apples and doing yoga. Fuck, who knows?
Yeah. Also, some people, it's really going to help them. You know, if you're 600 pounds, that's probably a good idea. And what my friend was telling me, my friend Brigham was telling me, who actually runs a pharmacy, he's like, the issue is the dosage, first of all, that people are getting these enormous doses and, you know, variable by body weight. They should probably be getting a much lower dose.
Right.
And he's saying they're showing now that if you mix it with certain peptides, I think it was IGF-1, is that what he said? I think he said IGF-1. That if you mix it with certain peptides, it eliminates the muscle loss and the bone loss. And so what you do is if you get on one of these things, if you're overweight, you're really struggling, and you just need something to just get you back on track, the idea is that you could get on this and then use it as like a kickstart to a healthy lifestyle. Okay, now you've dropped 30 pounds. You feel much better, right? Okay, you've been eating really good, right? Now let's get off this fucking nonsense that you're on that's making you lose your appetite, and let's now just maintain your body weight and just keep eating healthy, and it'll go off. Like, if you just do it the right way, you'll continue to progress. You know, you don't have to stay on that stuff.
No, it's good.
Long term is kind of sketchy. Like, I don't know, what are you doing to? It's like, what is the actual GLP-1 chemical? Like or whatever you want to call it, medication. What does it actually do? What does this peptide actually do that makes you lose your appetite? Because that's essentially what it's doing.
It's supposed to just curb your appetite, right?
Which is the last thing I ever want to hear about. I fucking love appetite.
I love you. Yeah, I love you.
I am appetite.
Yeah, we got from the airport here. It's all people. My sister was out. Where's the best barbecue place? Barbecue.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to hear.
Thinking about
I'm
barbecue.
gonna lose my appetite. You can go fuck yourself. I love appetite. So it regulates appetite by acting on the brain's hypothalamus to promote feelings of fullness and satiety, and by slowing down the rate of which food leaves the stomach, gastric emptying. It also influences the brain's reward system, reduces cravings for high-calorie food, and dampening the motivation to eat. These combined effects contribute to a reduced overall energy intake and a longer-lasting feeling of fullness after meals. I think it's like everything else, man. Like, you could probably use it responsibly, and it can probably help you if you're really obese. But I think there's way too many people that are hopping on it that just need a little discipline.
Right.
Just get a little discipline.
Just do like
but
I
that
do.
doesn't mean that some people shouldn't use it,
No.
right? And if they can figure out how to do it right with like peptides, then okay, maybe it's a healthy way for you to get into a good lifestyle. But the real thing is get healthy. That's the real thing.
Right.
It's
And
like,
I think it's predominantly made for people with diabetes, I think, but then they found out it would help people that were obese.
Exactly.
Which, like you said,
and it's a huge moneymaker.
Oh,
Let's
are you kidding me?
Making some money.
Everyone's- yeah.
Making some money off that stuff.
I just eat and throw up. That's what I do.
But see,
It's
that's
a lot
not
easier.
That's one that I don't have a problem with people making money off of. It's like
Yeah.
I don't have a problem them making money off of any of them. Let me be real clear. But this one, it's like maybe like overall benefit if done correctly. There's so many people out there that are fucked, man. They're 500 fucking pounds and they don't know how to stop. And they go to counseling.
Oh, you see
and
the shows they have
think
on
about
those.
getting
Oh.
their stomach stapled, and it is an addiction, just like gambling, just like anything else. You need some help sometimes.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what they
You
need.
need a little boost.
Just something to fucking get you out of this terrible state and move you into a place of healthy. And then you'll feel better. This is a problem with like you'll think better. You'll be nicer. You'll have a better life. You'll have more energy to do the things you like to do. There's no downsides to being healthy. There's zero downsides.
No.
You know, the only downside is it sucks. It's a lot of hard work. But once you get there, the feeling of satisfaction of having accomplished something, like getting your body into a condition where it's like healthy and you can do stuff. You can, take a fucking yoga class. You can do CrossFit. You can do stuff. It's physical.
Yeah.
It works well.
Or just get implants like I did. It's a lot.
There was this one guy who got like the most implants.
Oh, I
of
know.
anybody.
I've
It was
seen
a
that
human
guy.
Ken doll.
Yeah,
Have you seen that guy?
Yeah. No, that's really creepy, isn't it?
Someone needed to talk to him a long time ago. Like, Mike, whatever you're doing,
Mike.
slow down, Mike.
Mike,
slow
listen, Mike,
down.
no.
Mike, you look crazy. I don't know if you got a mirror in your fucking house.
Yeah, no, goddamn.
But that's the thing with people. When they start doing that kind of stuff, they don't know when to stop.
Yeah,
You know? And it becomes addictive,
Yeah.
Just like eating becomes addictive or gambling. You could get addicted to just fucking with your face. That guy, there he is.
Showing off his new back implant he got.
Oh, he's got a back implant. Tight.
21 G's.
$21,000 to do a back implant? It does look like he's got crazy lats. I'd be like, that guy must be a rock climber. Right? If you saw that, I'd be like, that guy's jacked. Look how jacked he is. All the way down to his wrists. And you're like, hey, why are those wrists on that body? That's crazy. Something's wrong. Like, this is like
Something's wrong.
You know what I mean? It's like he looks great for like whatever it is. The boobs are odd. But there's some part of your brain is like, what is going on? Does he have fake abs too?
I don't know.
Those are great fake abs. If those are fake abs, let me see that again. No, well, there it looks real. That looks normal. But one of the ones that you just showed earlier look like, okay, are those his real abs? Because if you could get those abs, if those are real, like you could have done the whole thing. You could have done the whole thing, fella. Like somebody just needed to get you lifted weights.
Right.
You didn't have to do
admit
that.
to what he's gotten done. I'll see if he admits.
Oh
to
no,
that.
he totally admits to it, right?
Oh yeah, I think
No,
I think that's his whole thing.
Yeah, he's letting everybody know. It's not like he's like, nope.
No,
It's
no.
just God just keeps blessing me.
Under the knife more than 190 times.
Oh, that's normal.
For over 340 procedures.
Well, that seems totally sane.
Hey,
Just how many? What is it like? What kind of damage are you doing to your body just going under
that
190
thing.
times?
Oh, jeez.
190 times you went under?
Starting at age 18.
Whoa. As soon as he got out of the house, fuck you, mom and dad.
Yeah, I'm got orange cones
I'm
around his
getting
bed.
lats.
Yeah, I'm getting lats.
I'm getting fucking lats.
He doesn't, but he looks like he's a small framed guy. He doesn't
Exactly.
Look like,
You get down to his wrist, you're like, that guy's a bird wrist. This is insane.
The wrist was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not admitting abs, saying he did everything else.
oh,
Let me see. Yeah, I'll just look.
okay. Well, if that's true, and it may be true, they might not be able to do abs back then.
I think they.
Somebody else. No, that's.
I know they do abs.
I
'cause
know
there's
they
a-
do that sculpting thing.
Yeah.
Where they sculpt the
They have
fat away, and it makes
There
it
was a
look
f-
like you
I-
have
here's
more
What the
abs.
fake abs look like? They don't look like that guy's abs.
I have a guy.
Those look pretty good.
But that the other guy's.
Oh, that's that
more
crazy
real.
guy. That
This
guy's
is a
had a lot of
different
those things too. So that's fake abs.
guy. These look
Yeah, those look
a
real.
little more real.
But that like I'm saying, like if somebody just talked that dude into lifting weights, hooked on the look. I think those are his real abs, which are pretty good. Like he could have got a tight swimmer's body instead of what he did. Ooh, Jesus
They also
Christ.
do that sculpting thing, which it's not an implant, but they like
Right.
dig them out with.
Yeah, they cut all the fat away, so it exposes more of the abdominal area. It's abdominal sculpting, keratin.
I think I have that tomorrow before Segura.
Tight.
I think
You're gonna have to get drained though.
my
You're gonna
appointment.
have these
Yeah,
tubes
coming out of the
that
sides.
leaking pus.
Yeah.
Because you just had a wound, but they cut your fat away because you
So weird.
you want to look better in
Yeah,
a
no.
bikini.
No.
All you have to do is just work out. Jesus Christ, people!
Do a crunch.
Your body is who you are, right? If you have like a little bit of a gut, it's because you've been fucking off. That's just it.
You live a good
Show
life.
it to the
You
world.
live a good life.
This is who you are. Let it go.
You're living good. You got a little gut.
If you don't like it, lose weight.
Yeah.
I just don't know if you need Ozempic. Maybe somebody does.
Like you said, someone that's really obese probably would help them.
Dude, we're just about 4 or 5 years away from them being able to genetically engineer you anyway. But they're going to be able to like eliminate
clone us and
all
all that.
obesity.
Yep, yep.
Obesity is going to be out the window probably. At least with people who have the money for the procedure. They'll probably just fucking lay paste around your body.
Yep.
The fat will burn away and you'll fucking coming out look like Chris
Yeah,
Evans
probably.
and Captain America.
Yeah.
That's going to happen, dude. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it will.
They're
Well,
already
well.
doing weird stuff that's beneficial to people. They're
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
figuring
True.
out how to splice genes and turn off like gene expressions that cause certain diseases, and they're
Yeah,
getting
there'll be
involved in
there'll
some
be
really
that.
wild research when it comes to like manipulating your genome. And once it really gets good, once they really start, curing certain diseases and figuring stuff out, and they ratchet up, and they can start, they'll start going, who wants to be good looking? Who wants a giant dick? Who wants the biggest ass?
That's right.
Yeah, it's just going to, 100% people are going to all look like cartoons. We're all going to be
Yeah,
cartoony.
it's gonna be. Yeah. It will all look
Yeah.
like that.
We're all going to look like Thor, and the woman will look like prime
Yeah, but
Jennifer
what happens
Lopez.
if the whole
and that's
world's
it.
hot? I mean, if
Fun
everyone's hot,
times,
It's
Carrot Top. Fun times. Everybody gets to play.
Everybody's
Yeah. How much it must suck to just unfortunately be born really unattractive. Like there's people that got a terrible roll of the dice in life. They got weird.
I'm
shaped
right here, for
heads.
God's sakes.
You're a
Jesus
normal looking
Christ.
guy, dude. You're a normal looking guy who's done some stuff. But there's normal looking people like you and I, like Elephantitis, man. That guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember that guy?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Imagine something like that where you could just completely change it, and all of a sudden he looks like Ken.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Yep. No.
Why wouldn't everybody get a chance to be hot? What's it going to be like if everybody's hot? Fun.
Fun.
It's going to be
It's gonna be
fucking fun, dude. It's going to be awesome.
Everybody gets to play. I like
yeah,
that.
it's going to be fun. Everybody's hot. It's going to be great. And what if they figure out what's wrong with people's brains? Like, oh, we thought that you just had to let people experience life and figure out their issues and make mistakes and maybe go to jail and then get out. No. We can just rewire brains.
Yeah.
Rewire everybody's brain so everybody's like really calm and peaceful
Really
and
nice
kind and
yeah.
compassionate. And you have to sign up for it. It's the compassionate program. And everybody has to get the updated software.
That's great.
And we'll all be super sweet to each other. We're going to have
great.
to do it.
You have his software.
Yeah,
I have
everyone's
a
gonna be
software
hot.
update tonight. Is it
Everyone's
make
going
me
to be
nicer?
hot, and everyone's going to be nice. It's going to be a
Everyone's
human
gonna have
orgy.
all their hair. They're gonna have muscles.
And then all inventions will cease
Yeah.
instantaneously.
Yeah.
We'll never invent a single thing after that.
Yeah.
There will be no more music.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be hot. There'll be no motivation whatsoever for you to ever like be like Prince.
Right.
You know, like Prince became Prince because he was 5'3", and that was the way to get women to love him. To be so fucking talented, like that, people just are blown away. And you're acting like a woman; they don't even understand it. But they're so hot for you. Like he hacked the system. But you're not going to get that if everybody's
I
hot.
met Prince a couple times. One time I met him, he was still cursing because I was on the Tonight Show and I was back in that little hallway getting my makeup done, whatever. But I already came in makeup, so I don't know why that. I was always ready. So I just walk out the makeup thing, and Prince was on the show. His door's right there, and mine is down here. So I walked over to Jay, and I said, he walked in, and I said, could you introduce me to Prince? He said, well, you're in the phone. It's going on, knock on the door. I said, well, no, I'm protocol. I'd rather you walk me in. It's Prince, and just say, hey, and, he said, I haven't even said hi to him yet either, so come with me. So he said, well, go after this. He goes to get his makeup. I'm just standing there. Prince comes out of his dressing room. He says, where's my fucking tea? And I'm like, what's that? He's my fucking tea. And I was like, oh, I'll go get it. And he closed the door, and Jay's right there in the thing. I said, where's Prince's fucking tea? And she's like, what? I said, he just yelled at me to get his fucking tea. He's like, does he know you're on the... No, he doesn't know I'm on the show. He probably doesn't know you're on the show. So I went and got tea, and I walked and knocked on the door, and he opened it, and his assistant opened the door. I said, this is Prince's tea. And he says, he doesn't drink tea. I was like, okay, no. And Prince is looking, he's like, close the door to the thing. What the fuck was that about? Where's my fucking tea? I go get tea. So,
well, listen, that seems insane.
It's insane. But it was just awkward. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So the next time I'm in Vegas, I'm going to my own room.
You didn't talk to him at all after that?
No,
when you were on the show together?
No, he did his thing. I came and Jay brings us all on at the end. This is everything's Prince and Carrot Top and Prince declined to go out for the closing, but you can see it. He's like, we had Prince, Carrot Top.
Do you think he was embarrassed that he told you to get his tea?
No, I think he was just out of his mind. No, maybe he thought, oh shit, I asked for no, but he would have said thank you for my tea. The girl's like, he doesn't want tea. I'm like, he just asked me for fucking tea. All right.
That follows along with my theory about that kind of talent. I always think you have to be at least somewhat insane or have a relationship.
Yeah, indeed.
You have to have a relationship with insanity, which is probably why he joined Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
And decided to stop swearing. It's like he wanted some structure, right? He's probably had a relationship with insanity.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah,
he
so he probably
definitely
decided
he had a trouble, we all know that. He was a rough patch there for him. But the best one was I was going to my room at the MGM Grand at the top suites, whatever the hell they're called. It's after the show, and they have the little girls at the end of the check you in at the top. Mm-hmm. Oh, morning, Mr. Thompson. How was your show? And awful. And I start walking down the hall, and there's this big black guy just standing right in the center of the hallway. So I'm walking towards him, and I'm like, I'm getting closer to him. So I said, hey, how's it going? And I saw him go like, I can't go by him. So I said, oh, I'm sorry. I need to go to my, you can't go past here. I said, oh no, I have to go to my room. He says, you're not going by me. He wasn't mean about it, but he says, you're not going to go by me. And I made a joke like, I can probably get by you. It being funny. I said, I could probably get by you pretty quick. Didn't laugh. So I said, all right. I went back to the girl at the front desk. I said, does that guy work here? She's like, who? I said, the guy in the hallway. No, what? What guy? I said, that guy. No. I said, well, then what? You won't let me go by him. She's like, I'll go with you. So she walks with me. I said, I brought backup. I mean, I get this little old lady.
Right.
I brought backup. We're getting through you. And he's like, sir, he needs to go to his room. He's like, I'm sorry, you can't come by me. And I just kind of, I figured there's got to be something behind him. And I kind of just do one of these like, well, I just got to get, and it's Prince. And he's standing, he's only, he's this guy's 3 times his size. And Prince is standing behind him. So I say, Prince. And he goes, hey. I said, can I go to my room? He goes, yeah. I said, can you tell him? And he goes, to who? I said, the guy. Like he's not with him? He said, yeah, let Carrot Top go to his room. And he goes one of these, and I walk by him, and Prince is just standing behind this guy in the hallway. I don't know what he was doing even. He was just standing there. He just standing.
Probably writing a new song in his head.
Maybe he was right. I don't know, but it was just the weirdest. And he just said, hey. And I said, thanks, Prince. He said, no problem.
Bro, he's a weird guy. That's why he's so good.
Yeah. I just never forget that. I was like,
I don't think anybody gets that good without being really out of their mind.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
You got to be out there, man.
He is standing there behind this guy.
That's funny.
It wasn't on his phone.
It's a funny thing to
before
do.
There was phones. He wasn't like.
That's a funny thing to do.
Playing.
Just stand out there with a giant dude in front of you.
He was just standing there behind him. Maybe he was waiting on a girl to come out of the room. That's all I could think of.
Maybe just
but
felt like
he was just
there.
standing there. And I looked back. Thanks, Prince. He said, no problem.
Remember when he had to use a symbol because he didn't have the rights to use his name?
Right, the record label.
That's so insane. You go back
Right.
to Billy Joel's song, I Am the Entertainer. Like, this is that, too. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Music business, fucking with one of the all-time greats.
I was just reading about Billy Joel. His first record deal, he almost fucked everything up. He signed everything away for 15 years.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
1973. Some guy saw him perform that song you're talking about, and he's like, we gotta figure this out.
Wow.
We gotta get out of
Captain
that
Jack?
contract. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Captain Jack is a great fucking song. Have you ever seen him do it live?
No.
Oh,
but yeah.
God damn. See if you can find an old version. God, can we play it and like cut it out? I mean, we can. Yeah, let's play it and cut it out. Find an old version of him doing it live from like the 1970s, if you can, if it's possible.
Yeah, there's a whole thing in the documentary right now about Billy Joel where
Look at this. How quick is this?
Where he's
1976, Captain Jack from Connecticut, live, 1976. We'll come back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're back.
Oh, going back to we were talking about music earlier about
How good was that song?
So I'm saying though, and people, we have this. I'm sure everyone has the same discussion about music and da da da. And, you know, these songs, everything from that era, the 60s, 70s, 80s, is still relevant and amazing. But there's, it's hard to find. I don't know if they just don't play it too.
It's you got to find the artists, man. You got to find the artists.
Go back and I you know, like, who do
there's a lot of artists.
I still
out
listen
there.
to, you know.
Yeah, but there's great guys right now, man. You know, there's Jelly Roll right now.
Oh, he's amazing.
Oliver Anthony, he's amazing. Teddy Swims, that dude. Do you know who that guy is? Oh my God, Play the Door by Teddy Swims. What's that?
We can't play music anymore.
Just like we'll cut it out. We'll cut it
As long
out.
as you say that, we can do that.
We'll cut it out. Sorry. But I just want you to listen
Here's
to
how
this.
you fuck with your crowd. You say, okay, now this is one of the best songs I've ever heard. Check this out.
Yeah, but
and
people
you
will
come
just
back
go and listen to it.
No, you come back and you go, right?
Listen
Like,
to this.
fucking,
Listen to this song.
Great.
You get it. You
That's
get it.
great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. See, they're out there, man.
Yeah, no, I
There's
know.
a
You just
lot
got to
of dudes
find
out
them. I guess
there.
when I'm old like me, I just get stubborn. I go, oh, what do you listen to? I'm like, oh, Elton John,
No, I'll give you
Billy
some shit
Joel.
to
Like,
listen
what
to.
the fuck?
I'll give you some shit to listen to. There's some great shit out there.
I try to. I just get so, I'm old. So
You listen to Zach Bryan at all?
I love
The
Zach
guy-
Brown. Yeah, I love Zach
Zach Bryan. I
Oh.
love Zach Brown too, but Zach Bryan.
Oh, Zach Bryan.
He's the guy that was at the arena with Shane Gillis. Yeah, you don't know him?
No, I
Oh
don't.
my
Wait,
God.
do I not
He's
know him?
Phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And another one of those guys is just like super, super talented, an incredible voice. He was in the military, man. He was making songs on like TikTok in the military, or one of those things like Vine or something like that, and that's how he popped.
Wow.
Just like right out of nowhere.
That's crazy.
Let him out of the army. Like, you're gonna be a fucking star,
He's a
kid.
superstar.
I think he was in the Navy. What arena were they at?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame Stadium, football stadium.
How many people's in that?
I'll show you. I mean, it's 100,000.
A lot.
Is there a picture of them on stage?
A lot, yeah.
I want to see a picture of them on stage. That's so surreal.
Yeah.
Those numbers are so surreal. Like, look at the size of that. That's so crazy.
It's like the Luxor every night. There's nothing different.
Basically the same.
It's the same.
What's the biggest show you've ever done?
Stadium in Florida.
What is that?
But that was for it was for their homecoming. It wasn't a Carrot Top show. I was the headliner, but it was a
Look at this.
oh, look at that.
That's crazy. Wow.
He was so nervous about doing it too.
I can't wait to
Oh,
talk
I
to him.
imagine.
Well, how could you not be?
Well,
yeah, but he's...
well, my thing with the stadium, because they do a sound check there, but the stadium's empty, and it was 100,000 people. This side was going to be the alumni. This side was the kids, all ages. Now they had rules. You couldn't curse, you couldn't definitely couldn't anything sexual. So thank God I brought all this stupid shit. It was just meant for college. Is a bong with
Right.
The open guy goes out, and his first joke is like, I'm eating this chick out, right? My guy comes running in like, dude, he's like, his opening line was, I'm eating this girl out. And I said, no. He goes, yeah. I'm like, well, the second guy goes out, same thing. He's just, they're beyond rotten, gross, dirty, right? And I'm getting ready to go up, and I'm like, well, I'm going to eat shit now because they're they went here. But the crowd wanted Goofy. They had heard all this. It was actually working in my advantage. They did all this horrible, dirty stuff. That the crowd was kind of like, let's get Carrot Top. And I came up and I was like, I did my exact thing I was supposed to do. It was silly, goofy, for both sides. They loved it. But the weirdest thing, and I'd love to ask him that, because I've never played a stadium, is you say, hey, and it goes, hey, 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 4 times. It's a backslap, whatever they call that.
Oh, echo?
Yeah. So I didn't, in sound check, it wasn't doing that.
Ooh.
So I went out and I said something like, Florida. I'm from Florida. So I was like, oh, Florida, my hometown. I said, Florida, my hometown, Florida, my hometown.
Oh, no.
And I went, oh, shit. Like in my head, I didn't know what I was going to do in that split second. And I said, wow. One thing cool about playing in the stadium is that every joke that's gonna bomb 4 times. And the crowd went like crazy. And I said, no, seriously, that ate shit. And it just worked off that echo. It was great.
Well, you figured out how to work with it.
Right.
Yeah.
In a split second. I'm like, yeah.
That's the way
that
to do
joke
it.
sucks,
Yeah.
sucks 4
God,
times.
imagine not just ignoring the fact that you hear yourself 4 times.
No, I know, and you have to time out. You're right. It was the weirdest thing ever. You're holding up a thing, and you're like, it's a thing with a thing and thing, and you have to hold it longer till they see it to put it down. It's weird.
I remember when I used to work at Great Woods Center for the Performing Arts. It was like a concert venue, and I was there when Bill Cosby was there, and the problem with comedy in that place is that it was outdoors, so the inside of it was all covered. Like there was like an inside space. It was open air,
Right.
but there was a roof over it, and it was all covered. And then there was a lawn area in
like
the back.
Meadowbrook kind of thing.
And they
isn't it?
sold tickets for the lawn, but you could only hear the show inside the roofed area, because once it got out, all the echo fucked it up so bad.
Right.
When it made it out into the lawn, you couldn't understand what the fuck
Sure.
anybody said. You had to be in there where the speakers were, and so everybody was furious. They were all complaining like, "Oh, they never checked. Like no one checked to see if you could hear someone talk out
That's
here."
crazy.
Crazy.
These kids today,
Yeah, no one knew what he was saying.
Yeah, the dentist coming there.
I saw Dangerfield there. He was backstage. So backstage, when Dangerfield would do shows, he would get high as fuck. He would take off all of his clothes and he would put a robe on. That's when he'd go on stage with a bathrobe on, just raw dick and a bathrobe, and with slippers on. And dude, he fucking murdered. I guess I was like 19 years old when I was working there. And he went up there, and I was not even thinking about doing stand-up comedy yet. So I was just loving it, just as a pure fan. I was like, I can't believe Rodney Dangerfield just hanging out with a bathrobe
that's true,
on,
because that's
naked.
what he was known for. Even Vegas, he'd go around the casino in his
Bro,
robe and slippers.
I saw him
too.
I didn't see his dick, but I saw him in a bathrobe, and I saw him go on stage in a bathrobe, and that was his move.
No, he did. I saw it. He walked up in his dressing room on purpose with it undone. I swear to God. I said, hey, Rodney. He said, yeah, it's my mom. He goes, hey, Mom. And he just stand there. Yeah, my mom's like, crazy, right? And he meant to. He was like, looked at me like, how's Mom doing? I'm like, great. And she's like, dude, your thing is hanging.
In our dressing room at the club, his wife donated his notes from an appearance on the Tonight Show. So it's his handwritten notes, and they're all framed with a photo of Rodney. Yeah, it's pretty cool. One of the things I loved about him, man, is that he introduced the world to a lot of other great comics. He introduced the world to Kinnison, Hicks, Robert Schimmel, Dom Irrera, Jerry Seinfeld. Like a lot of comics did. Yeah. A lot of comics did those HBO young comedian specials. Those
that's what
ones.
you're doing as well, and Tony is doing that because you give all the comics time on your show, which most shows don't have that anymore, right?
A lot of
late shows don't.
A lot of
late
shows
don't.
have, but comics that have podcasts all do this.
Right, but I mean, but you made a lot of people have podcasts now. You're a powerful person behind
But
that.
listen, I think people were going to have podcasts whether I did or not.
Giving people the platform, like, fucking, I'm on. Oh, you got me on here. You know, the other shows, like late night shows, don't have comics anymore.
They don't. Well, that's so silly. But also, they're just so hampered anyway.
You have to have a book to promote.
Because it's all. The whole show was it's not to knock late night shows because some of them are fun to watch, but it's basically. It's publicity for a bunch of stuff, right? It's like someone's coming on to promote an album, someone's coming on to promote a movie. Nothing wrong with that, right? But the problem is it's not what the host is interested in, right? And I think the way that those shows are, you're handicapped in a way, where you have to get on the famous people, you have to get on the rock star, you can't just have weird people come on. You can't have some guy who worked for the CIA come on and tell you about aliens. This is what I know so far.
But that would be the whatever guest, like the third middle guest.
You couldn't do that, though. You can't do it. First of all, you only have 10 minutes. Each guest is like in and out real quick. You have barely enough time to scratch the surface of like one or two stories. You don't get it. You don't get any kind of
I guess
deep
when
dive.
I used to do it, I did it. I don't know how many times I did the Tonight Show, but it was always, I never was promoting anything. In fact, the one time I had something to actually promote, they didn't want to put me on. I said, I'm trying to promote Chairman of the Board, this movie. And they're like, nah, but...
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The one time you wanted to help.
I really did. No, I did. I have this movie coming out. And
I remember that movie.
Yeah. They're like, nah. I'm like, I got a movie, funny. Jay. I'm in a movie. Yeah. Now, the weirdest one, I'm going to ask you, I was going to reverse this to you. Who's the strangest, you said strange guest, made me think of this, that you've had to do in front of, I'll tell you mine real quick. So I was on the Tonight Show and Dick Cheney was on.
Oh.
And I mean, I'm nothing against, it's a Dick
smell
Cheney
like
and,
sulfur?
Well, I had 5, maybe 6 props, Dick Cheney props on purpose, right? Because
Dick Cheney was there.
No. I had like 3 just because I'm topical all the time in the show. So I already have them in my show. But then when they said, Dick, you're going to be on with Dick Cheney, I said, oh, shit, can I do it? And so I started writing more. So I had like 6, and I opened with them, right? So, but the weird part was I get there and we're rehearsal at a Secret Service. Everybody's there. That I can't even get to my own room. Princess guys that you can't go by again. No. So I finally rehearsed it, and they're like, the people are like, he's going to be a guest. I said, well, no, that's why I'm doing it, right? And they're like, Jay's like, I don't know. I said, well, it's very topical. And I think it's funny that he's there, right? So Jay, this is right for the show. He said, is he going to stay or is he going to leave? Because Secret Service is surrounding me, like, going to go grab him and go. And Jay's like, well, I don't know. What, I mean, I can ask him. And I'm thinking, well, just between you and me, I mean, this is like behind the curtain.
Right.
What do you think? Is it better if he's there and I do it and they keep cutting over to him? Or if he's gone and I do it and I keep looking like, thank God he's gone. What's funnier? And he's like, I don't know. I mean, if you're fine, I said, I think if he could stay, it would be better. Because it's really funny. I'm doing it right in front of the fucking guy.
Right.
So they said, okay. So they go back. He talks. He goes back. He says, okay, he's thing. So he goes back to the desk and they're, ladies and please welcome me to fun of the Tho, Karen Top. And I came out.
Great impression.
Yeah. Good friend of the Tho. Wacky guy from Vegas. And so I walk out and I go right off. I look over. I said, hey. I said, funny that you're here. And I pull out, you probably could find this. We pull it out, and I have a Dick Cheney gun, and it's a rifle where the thing goes this way because he shot the guy in the head. And I mean, it's already like, holy fuck, right? And they're like, I found your gun. Oh, sorry, Bill. And it's like, the crowd didn't know at first because they're all looking at him. They're looking at him.
See if he'll laugh.
Yeah.
Did he laugh?
He's got that, just pissed, right? So I go, right, and I do another one. I had an operation game. The operation, it had his face on it because he's always getting operated. And I had a book where the thing, it was just like 5 or 6 Dick Cheney jokes. Finally, I keep looking over, and I'm like, we're good. You're not going to have me audited, or I'm going to be killed here. And, Jay's, now the crowd's really getting, and now the Cheney's looking at me like, how many more fucking, he even says, how many more do we, I said, I got one more, and then we'll move on. So I do one more Cheney joke. Now he's kind of laughing, but still kind of like, this is aggravating. Then I go and I do a piggy bank for gay guys, and it's a piggy bank where the slot is in the asshole instead of the top of the thing, right? It's a great prop. Hey, it's a piggy bank for gay guys. Murders. I mean, I did a great set. I get done. I walk over. I sit down. And there's something going on, like there's a ruckus. There's like Secret Service, something going. The writers, the producers, and Jay gets up and I'm just sitting there with Dick Cheney, and the lady comes over and she goes, "Oh my God, that was the best set you've ever done." I said, "Thank you, Tracy." And she said, and I look over. I said, "Thank you for being a good sport." Yeah, it was. Where do you find all this? I said, "No, I make it." He thought I just found it all. I said, "No, I make. Where do you find all this stuff?" I said, "I made it." You made that. It's pretty clever. His daughter is there, and apparently all those Dick Cheney jokes were fine, but when I did the gay piggy bank, she lost her mind. Like,
you can't do that.
No, I don't know. She
lost her mind, like
really mad that I did a gay piggy bank joke on the show. Forget, I just did 5 jokes about her father. So everyone was taking her out of the studio. She was losing her. She was screaming, and so they took her out of the studio.
Just the gay piggy bank? That's it?
Yeah, it was like, I can't believe that you that in front of my father. And I thought you were making fun of me because I'm doing a Dick Cheney. I shot your dad joke.
The gay piggy bank is what set her off?
It was the gay piggy bank.
Is this Liz Cheney?
I think. I don't remember.
You think?
It was one of the daughters. I don't know.
How many daughters do you have?
I don't know. That's why I think it might have been.
How many
two?
daughters?
There's 2.
One of the daughters. Let's just say one of the daughters.
One of the daughters. I don't think it was.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Could have been an imposter. Could have been an imposter.
It was
a crazy person pretend to be one of the daughters. Dick Cheney's daughter Liz are both staunchly against Donald Trump despite being Republicans, but why are Liz and Mary once feuding over same-sex marriage? How are they feuding over that? Let's find out. What's that?
I just was trying to add.
When was this?
I don't know.
I know you're trying to add, but now I'm curious. Like what?
This article is from a year ago.
What? A year ago, someone's upset about same-sex marriage? What are they saying?
Well, the election.
I had another prop that I thought.
Hold on. What is it?
The election was a year ago, so it had to do with that. That's why they mentioned Donald Trump in that.
Right. Well, what is the same-sex marriage dispute between?
I don't know.
Because I need to know.
Yeah.
Some people are still arguing about that in 2025.
One of them's gay.
Okay, and they believe in same-sex marriage. The other one doesn't.
Well,
It'd be funny if it was the other way around. If
Yeah.
the gay was like, I want it to be illegal.
yeah.
Fuck this.
What? I don't know which one. We don't know. I don't know which daughter was.
I don't either. I'm assuming it was probably the one that was gay. Maybe then.
Maybe it's
She was
just
very
like
offended.
two daughters just hating on each other. It's like,
I
well, I don't think you should get married.
I had another one that was kind of strange because it was a dumb joke. It made me think of, you said same-sex marriage. So right when gay marriage became legal in certain states, there was like 4 states.
Right.
I had a big map that I'd hold up, and I'd say, "Hey, gay marriage is now legal," and this is a map to show people, and it would have these right where the states were. There were these little penises on springs, whatever, and it was just dumb, right? So I rehearse it, and the crew's fucking going crazy. They're like, Sky, fucking dildos, and you can't do dildos on NBC. And so this lady comes over and she goes, "You can't." I said, "I know. I mean, I think it's silly enough. They're just on springs." And I would always fight with her. She said, "No." So I said, "All right, if I come up with a different idea without dicks on it, can I do it?" She's like, "Yeah." So I thought, I don't know, dude. I took the springs off, and I had the guys back there at the Tonight Show print out Ryan Seacrest faces, like 4 of them.
Right.
And I put them where the gay marriage is. Now, Ryan Seacrest is a good friend of mine, and everyone was making fun of him, right? Back then, oh, he's gay, and he's not, clearly. But the joke would be, and it killed,
It's
right?
funny.
So I come back and I go, "How about this?" And she's like, "Oh my God, that's." I said, "I know him. He's not gonna. He'll probably
He'll laugh.
text me and say, 'Why would you do that?'" Jay comes over and goes, "Oh, he's really a good friend of mine." I said, "No, Jay." I said, "He's a friend of mine too. It's funny. It's not anything." He's like, "Yeah, if you couldn't just
That dude does not seem
do that one."
hypersensitive. Is he?
No,
No.
And
right?
but Jay was very protective of. I said, "No." He said, "No, it's the NBC. That's my friend. I don't think it's necessary." I said, "Well, yeah, I can put you want me to put like I said, like Dick, Richard Nixon dicks or something." He said,
Yeah.
"No, just get rid of the joke." I said, "It's funny." Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah,
we're
well,
fighting over Ryan Crease's face.
That's the problem with, having editorial access to someone's act when they're doing a Tonight Show set. It should be like, no.
Oh.
It should be like, look, if you want fucking the Black Crowes to play, they sing their song. You know what the song is. You know what the lyrics are. That's
Right,
fine. But
right.
with a comic, you can't.
Yeah,
You can't tell them they can't do something.
Well, they asked
especially
nicely.
something.
They asked nicely, and of course, I had 40 other props. I didn't need to do
like
that.
you're even
one.
swearing. Like, what are you doing? You're being silly. It's silly. Like, come on.
I did break the law with him once.
What'd you do?
I was doing a podium for Bill Clinton, and it was the closing bit, and I would do the stupid voice too, like I did not, and there was this presidential seal on this podium, and it had a true false buzzer button. It would go bing, 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 and it was just so stupid. Like I did not have, and you hit the button. I did not have. I will not raise to, and then I fucked her. Ding, ding, ding. Something. I forgot the joke now, but the closing punch of the whole thing was right after I'm doing the podium. That would kill. I could just stop on that. I had a foot pedal where Monica Lewinsky's head would come up like on a beret. Literally, this is great. It took engineering to do this, and so I'd go, "I did not," and then I hit the foot pedal, and the woman, the beret would come up, and I'd go, "Not now." It's just that's all I had. Just not now. In the rehearsal, they were like, "That's the best thing you've ever brought here. My God!" And I said, "Yeah, great. Here comes my lady with her notepad." And I said, "Oh fuck." She goes, "Everything is good. Standards in practice." I said, "Oh," and I give her a hug. I said, "This is the first time I've come and everything got approved." And she says, "Yeah." I went back to my dressing room. I'm like, I can't believe I get to do this. My closing bit. It's gonna kill. Right before, I'm talking a minute before I come in, she walks in. She's like, "Okay, you can do the podium, but you can't put her head down." And I said, "Why? You can't use your hand to force her head down. That's just that can't. It can come up. You just can't force it down." I run to the prop department. I said, "Is there a way you can because I'd made it. They don't know my. They're looking at like I don't know. I made it. Is there a way it can release and go down without me touching it? And they're like, I don't know. They looked at it, and I'm on in 5 minutes. I said, fuck it. So I do the whole thing. I said, I did not, and the head comes up, and I said, not now. And I used my elbow to put it down. And, of course, the crowd, it killed. And it would have been better if I did this, but I said, not now. I get done. I come over, and I can see her fucking fuming. She comes running over me because they always come and say, what a great set. Oh, you did so good. Tracy Fisk did. She said, that was phenomenal. I said, that was. Jay's like, oh, doing a good thing. And I said, the standards and practice lady coming over. Ah, fuck. And I said, am I in trouble? She's like, I said, I didn't do that. I did this. We go, show's over. Thank you. Tomorrow night. And then she comes over. Okay, if I get fired over this, I said, you're not going to get fired over this. Oh, no, they've already bleeped it out on the West Coast. The East Coast, it went live. I said, bleep out what? You can't force her head. I said, I didn't force it. I didn't use my hand. I used my elbow. She just looked at me like, you fucking, like, so clever. I said, well, you said don't use my hand. So everything was fine after that. But it did get bleeped out, and it went, fuck the joke up because they went, I did not. And then,
the West Coast
edited it right to
edited.
just, good night. Like, there wasn't a punchline.
Yeah. Well,
you ever get in trouble for something?
not like that, no.
Well, this is when I got in trouble. I got banned from Fox, I think for life, for this. And this is
For something else?
This is really weird, yeah. I was in the Billboard Music Awards, and they asked me to do a little bit with Chris Rock. It's Chris Rock and me, and he it was such great together because he's like, top, and then I'm out there stupid, but Chris Rock is, So he and I go out, we do our rehearsal, and I had like 4 props or something. And the guy came over like in a panic, right middle of the show. It's already happened. Our bit's coming up in about 40 minutes. He says, I need you guys to go longer. And Chris Rock's like, all right, what do he said, just come up with something. And I said, well, I can have my guy go back to the MGM and grab a few more props. He goes, that'd be awesome. Chris was like, yeah, perfect. We'll kill the time without having to change too much. And I can just pull out more shit. I go and I tell my guy, go TV clean, get like this, get the towel with the misspelled thing, and then one of the toilet seats. So I added, it was a great joke. It was a toilet seat with a seatbelt. So when you eat a Taco Bell, right, you sit on it and I put it on,
right.
And in the sound effect in the show would say, Houston, we have a problem, and it's a great stupid little bit. But there's about 20 toilet seats leading up to that one. I was like, I'm not kidding, I had like 30 toilet seats. I had one that hold women's hair when they throw up. I had one that lights up. I had one with spikes on it. It was so many. So the last one was the seatbelt, right? So it's very clean, right? It does great. We walk back, and I'm thinking they're going to come high-five me because we just saved the show. We added, we added time they needed. The guy's like, they banned me because I said Taco Bell because it was sponsored by Taco Bell. How the fuck am I supposed to know it's sponsored by Taco Bell? That's real shit. Yeah.
Dude, that's
I'm
hilarious.
like, what? I didn't say fuck. They said, no, you said Taco Bell. I'm like,
oh my God,
how do I get fined
funny.
for that? They thought you're banned for life.
That's hilarious,
because I said Taco Bell. I didn't know. I mean, I'm not the guy. They should have come to me and said, don't do anything with Taco Bell.
Yes.
I mean,
100%. That's not on you.
No.
That's a normal reference for a comic.
Oh, no.
That's funny.
Yeah, not funny, really. I mean, funny now.
They would have been pumped if you said Del Taco.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
go after the competitors.
If they told me that, I would have.
Yeah, easy.
I would have done that.
Hey, brother, this was a lot of fun. Thank you
Yeah,
for doing this
thank
again.
you,
It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Kill Tony.
Yeah,
and
we'll be
anybody who
doing
wants to check him out, Carrot Top is at the Luxor in Las Vegas, Nevada, on a regular basis. What's the best way to find out when you're
just
there?
text me. Yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
Las Vegas. I mean, carrottop.com or Las Vegas.
Beautiful. All right, my man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
It was a lot of fun.
That
Appreciate
was.
it. All right, bye, everybody.